This is Marshall Johnson, former NFL player with the Baltimore Colts. My first 3 years of high school ball was with Fred Douglass High School, and I'm JHS class of 71. You're listening to the Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl downtown Jacksonville for Week 2 of district action. Your Fighting Indians return home after dropping the first district ball game in Nacogdoches last week to take on the Whitehouse Wildcats. Aaron Swink, Todd Travis, Ryan Travis, and Matt Montgomery will be with you all night, bringing you all the action. And Matt, you can overstate Jacksonville versus Whitehouse in terms of rivalry, and you can talk that up, and you can maybe spend a little bit too much time on it. But what you cannot overstate tonight, Matt Montgomery, is the importance of this game, this particular game, for the Fighting Indians.
Well, you're down 0-1 in district already, and you got a home game. You're going to have a big crowd against a rival. You need this win if you're Jacksonville. You do not need to be 0-2 headed to Pine Tree next week, a team that is on the rise over in Longview. So you got to get one at home. I mean, this is the aura of playing in Tomato Bowl. Hey, you need that aura tonight to beat a Whitehouse team coming in just a little bit mysterious, if you will. They're 2-2 as Whitehouse, but they've had some unusual games to me. The most unusual was their opening game against Henderson when they got blanked 27-0. They had 70 yards of total offense against Henderson. Now, comparatively, Jacksonville got beat 67-40 by Henderson, but again, scored 40 points on the Henderson defense, whereas Whitehouse didn't score any. Now, what does all that mean? It means nothing, okay? It's just interesting to see the contrast right there, but first games are weird. Then last week, heck, everybody expected Mount Pleasant to go in there and you know, not with high probability of getting a win against Whitehouse at home. But, man, Whitehouse just absolutely smacked Mount Pleasant in that opening district game. Jacksonville, on the other hand, Aaron, I was really disappointed. Everybody talks about the defense last week, and yeah, of course you need to tackle better, but I was really shocked by the lack of offensive production of Jacksonville. They just were unable to get anything going offensively. Jacksonville tried to throw deep, didn't happen. They tried to run the zone read, couldn't work. They tried all kinds of things offensively that just never did get untracked. And that was evident by the 49-14 final by Nacogdoches. So totally agree with you, Aaron Swink. This is a must-win for Jacksonville. You can't go down 0-2 in 9-5A Division II.
Well, the good thing, Matt, is whenever Whitehouse comes to town or whenever Jacksonville goes over there, that's motivation in and of itself. These two teams don't like each other very much, Matt, and they haven't for some time.
Well, this rivalry, if you want, I mean, it really developed in about the mid-2000s, like 2005 and 6, when Whitehouse started getting pretty good. And Jacksonville at that time was still carrying over from 90, still solid, going to the playoffs and things like that. And, man, it just got ugly. And then Whitehouse reeled off 10 wins in a row. Jacksonville was leading the all-time series. I don't know, they hadn't played that many times. In fact, this is the 28th meeting between Whitehouse and Jacksonville historically, and Jacksonville leads the series 15-12, Aaron, but Whitehouse, of those 12 wins in this series, they had 10 of those in a row, and Jacksonville finally broke that string. Wayne Coleman's 2-2 in his first 4 years in Jacksonville, this being his 5th year. So, yeah, there's no love lost between these two teams because it seems like they've exchanged players through the years. I don't know if they read the waiver wire and pick somebody up. Jacksonville, everybody knows the history of Whitehouse. I'm not going to name all the players from Jacksonville that transferred over there. But Jacksonville actually picked up a Whitehouse player this year, Kobe Anderson, who was going to be starting on the offensive line for Whitehouse, moved to Jacksonville. Of course, he went to Jacksonville schools for several years and then moved over there the last 2. Came back for his senior year, so the Indians finally got a Whitehouse player to come over here. So it's this is Marcus Gold, the head coach for Whitehouse. This is his 2nd year at Whitehouse. He served 1 year as a defensive coordinator, and, of course, he was hired for that staff by former Jacksonville coach Randy Copeland, who was the athletic director at the time. But this is a Whitehouse team that may come out running the football more than they do throwing. Caden Casey threw for 220 yards against Mount Pleasant last week, but you know, Jacksonville has given up a lot of yards, guys, on the ground. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Whitehouse maybe come out and test Jacksonville just running the ball right at them. So Peyton Kennedy is a running back, 200 pounds, had just one carry last week against Mount Pleasant, but it was an 80-yard touchdown run. So you got to believe he's going to be in the mix offensively for Whitehouse. Jacksonville's allowed 212 points, guys, in 4 games. That's the most in District 9-5A Division II. These two teams are at the bottom of the district in rushing offense. So, we may see Jacksonville throw the ball 50 times tonight. And, Wayne Coleman said that could happen because Whitehouse's pass defense, Aaron, they're ranked second to the last in the first 4 games of all the teams in the district. Does that mean Jacksonville might try to take advantage of that? Of course. But I really would like to see Jacksonville run the ball tonight, control the clock, have a nice drive like that 75-yard drive they had against Nacogdoches last week. Control the clock, keep the ball away from Whitehouse.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. And that was something Jacksonville was not able to do very well last week. We talked about that, just how the deep ball just seemed to be forced. It really was not there for Patrick Clater and the Indian offense, but they really kept kind of forcing it. And I think tonight you're going to have to see a much more balanced attack. Going to want to see, Aaron Richardson, some of those guys get into the running game as well. Bryson Tatum will probably have a fair share, get his fair share of carries tonight. And I think for Jacksonville, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to find some balance that we really did not find all week last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
All game last week.
Nacogdoches just basically took away all aspects of Jacksonville's game. You already mentioned the deep ball, the underneath things, even the hook and ladder. They had that played so well, they forced Aaron Richardson to step out of bounds once he got the pitch, or it's going to be 6. And obviously the run, Jacksonville couldn't get anything going there as well. Folks, this part of our Countdown to Kickoff is sponsored by Andy Calcoat in Texas Farm Bureau. Andy's ready to help you with all your life, home, and auto insurance needs. Call Andy Calcoat at Texas Farm Bureau. We appreciate Andy sponsoring this part of our Countdown to Kickoff. Aaron, in district play, again, was just started last week. As far as passing goes, Patrick Clater is second in the district overall in passing, and of course that includes the 3 non-district games. 61 of 133 for 733 yards, 8 touchdowns against 4 interceptions. So not quite 50%. You'd like to see him, with more completions, but he's had several drops as well.
Well, Whitehouse will be a good test for Clater and the Indian offense. And as you said, Matt, the home side should be pretty full. This is a big matchup. We've thrown around the word rivalry a few times, but about 15-minute drive, I guess, or so separates Jacksonville and Whitehouse. So I would expect a good crowd on both sides.
The proximity always is a big difference in these rivalry games, and you got Henderson, Carthage, and Longview, Marshall, and Jacksonville Whitehouse is no different. It really was not a rivalry, as I said. Jacksonville had played Whitehouse several times, and I think Jacksonville it was something like 13 wins for Jacksonville and 1 for Whitehouse. And back in the Danny Long game days when he was here, playing Whitehouse was like, man, it was bad. I mean, it was running clock in the third quarter, 50-0.
Many of those.
Yeah, and then Whitehouse's program really changed, as I said, about 2005 and 2006. They had a crew of kids come through there, and, of course, obviously it really picked up some steam in 2011, 12, 13 when Patrick Mahomes came into the program.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him, Matt.
Yeah, that's quite a guy to have come through your program, and Whitehouse is known for throwing the ball even before Patrick Mahomes. I tell people that. Patrick Mahomes did not win the starting job as the quarterback for Whitehouse until the middle of his junior year. And people say, what? I mean, you look at him, MVP, you think, at the NFL, yeah, he had to fight his way to get that starting spot. And the rest, of course, is history. But that's the kind of quarterbacks that Whitehouse has put on the field for several years now. And so I expect Caden Casey to fulfill that role well for the Wildcats. Folks, you're listening to our Countdown to Kickoff, again sponsored by Andy Calco and Texas Farm Bureau. Andy's ready to help you with all your life, home, and auto insurance needs. Aaron, let's take a quick break and come back.
Sounds good. We will be back in about 2 minutes. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Andy Calcoat in the Rusk office at 903-683-2576. Andy's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
Did you know that Homes and Properties realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
When I put it up here like that,
and we are back here at the Tomato Bowl, just breaking down some technical difficulties that we're experiencing. So we'll try to work on that with Ryan Travis, our producer extraordinaire here.
I think I fixed it.
May get that fixed.
Yeah, I think I did.
Matt,
I just need to keep the mic down here.
There you go,
yeah.
Matt. So back at Tomato Bowl, getting ready for district game number 2, Jacksonville and Whitehouse. We're glad to have you with us on jhs-sports.com. Of course, on the website, you can stream the game. You can also use one of our external apps. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch as well. And so you might want to check out one of those apps to suit your listening needs. But however you're listening, we're glad you're with us. Aaron Swink, Todd Travis, Ryan Travis, and the man in the hat, Matt Montgomery, down on the field fixing technical difficulty issues and getting you up to date with all the team news you need to know. And Matt, on that note, can you give us a little bit of insight about injuries?
Absolutely none right now for Jacksonville. They're very healthy. I think this is the healthiest Jacksonville team at this point of the season that I can remember. No starters out. I don't even know if there's any reserves that are like marked up, not ready to play. Everybody's suited up and ready to go. That's a good thing.
It is, and you'll need all hands on deck for the Whitehouse game if you're Jacksonville. And as we said, if you're just joining us, this is about as much of a must-win game as you can have in Week 2 in district, Matt.
And it's only because, in my opinion, Jacksonville has to, they've got the heavy meat coming up in the schedule, in my opinion. You got Pine Tree and Marshall 2 weeks in a row. Those are the top 2 teams in the district I see now. Unless Nacogdoches is a surprise, I can't tell yet. I mean, maybe the first district game is like the first regular season game. It's just a weird game. I'm hoping that's what it is because Jacksonville certainly did not look good last week against Nacogdoches. So, but must win, 0-2, and you'd only have 5 games left. I mean, you really don't need that. I mean, that's tough when you got Pine Tree and Marshall left. So both teams, actually Jacksonville's headed to the locker room. Whitehouse still warming up. Going back to the game last week, and what a surprise to me, Aaron, when you're talking about things that what went wrong, if you will. Jalen Freeney, who one of the leading receivers for Jacksonville, got shut out last week, and I talked to Wayne Coleman about that, and he said it wasn't anything necessarily that Nacogdoches was doing. It was more just the way the scheme and the game plan went. They targeted him twice last week, which explains probably why he didn't have any catches, but he said they covered him up. They did a good job, but guess what? Tyrese Gibson stepped up and had 5 catches. And talking to Marcus Gold this week, Wayne Coleman said that Coach Gold of Whitehouse said he's trying to figure out, which guy to double because, Chris Carpenter's the University of Colorado commit that everybody knows about. But those 2 cats, he said, you got number 2 and number 8. I don't know what I'm going to do about those guys.
That's a good problem to have, Matt, if you're Jacksonville.
Yeah. But again, like I said, all credit to NAC last week. They shut down basically Chris Carpenter, who only had 5 catches, but they were short, caused a fumble that Chris Carpenter had on the sideline. And then, of course, I mentioned Jalen Freeney, no catches last week. But again, the key to me tonight, before we head over to Smoke Signals and listen to my interview with head coach Wayne Coleman, sponsored by All Smiles, the key to me still will be tonight, can Jacksonville get it going on the ground? I mean, Jacksonville is only rushing. They've only run for 308 yards, 307 yards in the first 4 games with running the football. I mean, you got to do better controlling it that way. I know you're a passing team. That's your MO. Got to mix the running. You got to get that going.
We'll see if Jacksonville can do that tonight, and we will hear how Coach Wayne Coleman we'll have the Indians ready as we'll throw it over now to Smoke Signals, brought to you by All Smiles Dentistry. Dr. Larry Folden, Dr. Brad Westbrook, and Dr. Dylan Rutherford are your hometown dental team, and they're bringing us Smoke Signals tonight.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Welcome to Smoke Signals, everyone. I'm Matt Montgomery, along with head football coach Wayne Coleman. Fighting Indians got off to a tough start last week down in Nacogdoches. Coach, the Dragons were really good. I mean, we were talking a moment ago just about how big and physical they were, and some of that stuff sometimes doesn't show up on the video, but they were really a strong team, I thought.
Yeah, they have a great team. Sometimes when you're watching video and they're playing, opponents like Tyler Lee, you don't get a feeling for how big a team is. They had some big kids. We were a little mismatched there size-wise. And then they actually did a great job in their secondary of taking away some of our passing game.
Very physical in the secondary. And I think they were more physical in the secondary than Carthage. I mean, they really got after Chris. And, of course, Jalen had no catches. I mean, they really took him out of the game as well.
Yeah, Tyrese really is the one that had the best game at receiver, and he continues to get better every week. So we've got some options there. We've got to have plans for when people are taking away Chris, and these other kids have got to step up and make plays.
I think a big turning point of the game was when you got the onside kick. Just beautiful. We'll look at that in a moment on the highlights, but then you weren't able to get anything out of it. That kind of turned a little bit. That was a point of the game that I thought, you go in and score right there, it's going to change the mental outlook of the game totally.
Yeah, we had a chance to tie it up 14-14 right there, and we in fact hit the hook and ladder and got the ball down there in really good field position there, and ended up not getting it in.
And defensively, we all talked about the size differential, but boy, once their backs got to that second level, they had some speed.
Yeah, that kid has been playing running back for them probably his third year starter.
Yeah,
so he's a real experienced kid, strong kid, and then you combine him with their 3-year quarterback. They're very mature, experienced kids in the backfield.
Offensively, it just seemed like the rhythm, you couldn't get into the rhythm. And I think you have a rhythm offense, and you kind of get rolling, and they would just seem to take away things. And, boy, they were not going to let you go deep.
Yeah, they played it safe back there. We had more unforced errors than we've been having. Had some false starts, had a turnover that we normally wouldn't do. Chris was, giving some extra effort trying to get some more yards. So we did a lot. We did a lot to help the Dragons ourselves.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Jacksonville versus Nacogdoches. Of course, this is a great effort here by Casey Kennedy. This was our congratulations play of the game. Watch him stick the ball over.
Yeah, good effort there by Casey. That was big. They're trying to get things going.
Here's the onside kick. Starting to develop a bit of a niche here. Isaiah Mallard goes up and gets
A great effort by Isaiah. A great kick by Santos.
And, of course, this next play, Coach, was so close to being a score. Aaron just 1 foot out of bounds right here.
Yeah, it's a game of inches. I mean, his foot literally was 1 inch into the white there.
We mentioned Tyrese a moment ago having a big game. Here's one of his catches, 21 yards.
He's really gotten better every week. Very, very proud of him.
And here's a big sack from Aaron Richardson, playing both sides of the ball for you.
Yeah, Aaron's been a great leader for us. The kid plays about 100 snaps every game.
Here's Sergio Moreira getting a big sack.
Sergio, joined us this year. Hasn't played a lot of football, but gets a big sack there for us.
Here's Patrick going in on the read for the score.
Pat does a good job of sticking it up in there and get a couple yards when we need it.
Boy, here's a monster sack here by Bryson Tatum.
Bryson ran the blitz and put him right in the right spot there. He made the tackle.
Regrouping, it's only one game. You have 6 more district ball games. Of course, Whitehouse coming in this week to Tomato Bowl. What can you take away from this game from Nacogdoches?
Make the other team beat you. We're going to have quality opponents. We don't need to contribute with false starts and jumping off sides on defense and turnovers. We've got to make the other team beat us. We've got a good football team, but we're not good enough that we can make mistakes, and we've got to clean those mistakes up.
So it's Whitehouse at Tomato Bowl Friday night, and Coach, this is a team that kind of hard to figure out. They opened up with a district win over Mount Pleasant, which I'm not going to say I was totally surprised. It was at Whitehouse, but I thought Mount Pleasant would have fared better. Maybe they just had a bad night with mistakes, but this is a good Whitehouse team. Do they throw the ball like they normally do?
They throw the ball pretty well. They've had better passing teams in the past. They do a good job of mixing it up. The thing about Whitehouse is they're always so fundamentally sound on defense. And they had 2 weeks to prepare for a Mount Pleasant offense that jumps in shotgun, then jumps into wing T, which that really played into their advantage there. You're going to need 2 weeks to get ready for that kind of an offense.
Of course, a common opponent, they played Henderson week 1, you played Henderson week 2. You scored 40 points on Henderson. They didn't score. They only had 70 yards of total offense. And again, the first game, kind of weird stuff. But is that any kind of barometer for people to look at?
No,
not really.
No, comparing scores is really a bad habit to get into. They've gotten a lot better since game 1. And we've made some steady improvement. We need to find out how much better we've gotten. But we got to find out if we can play a cleaner game, a mistake-free game.
Teams are starting to take away Chris Carpenter from you. Last week they took Jalen Freeney away. What are you going to do this week to attack Whitehouse defense, for offensive to defensive?
Now, you got to move your kids around, and we're starting to do that a little more. But, in the end, you can find a way to double a guy every snap. That means the other kid's got to step up and make plays. That means your running game's got to get going. You can't just keep saying, oh, well, Chris is doubled, we got to throw the ball to this guy or that guy. If you put 2 average defenders on Chris and then you put your 2 best defenders on Tyrese and Jalen, well, then you've got a good matchup plan there in the back end. And then your offensive line's got to step up. And in the second half, we did run the ball better last week. We've got to continue to get better there running the football.
You say they're sound defensively. Does that mean that they're not as prone to the trickeration plays, the hook and the ladders and the things like that?
Yeah, they'll be ready for all that stuff, and they're not going to let you beat them deep on the pass play. They're going to make you complete a bunch of short passes. And, when we get the opportunity with a one-on-one ball that's caught short, we need to break a tackle and make a big play.
Defensively, what will you do to try to defend Whitehouse offensively?
Yeah, we just have been really working hard on our fundamentals. The score didn't really reflect that our defense played better last week. We had a turnover on our own end of the field there early in the game, which gave them an easy touchdown, and then they got a touchdown with 20 seconds left in the game. So our defense did play better. We tackled better. Our run fits were better. There was maybe 2 plays where we totally busted our fits, and they ended up in big plays. But for the most part, our defensive tackling and our run fits are getting better.
And you look like you had some more rotation from a player standpoint on your defense. You had more kids getting in and kind of giving some fresh legs to some of those guys trying to go both ways.
We did. We moved a couple kids up from JV so that we could have some fresher kids out there on defense. And we continue to make moves this week. Some kids are moving down to JV, other kids on the JV are moving up. And that's the great thing about having JV football. The kids get experience down there, they prove what they can do and can't do, and it gives you a chance to let kids make moves during the season.
Coach, what are the keys to the game for your team to get the win?
Take care of the football. It was probably the first time we lost the turnover battle last week. I hated putting the ball on the ground. And then I think just continue to get better defensively with our run fits and tackling.
You had a nice 75-yard drive. I mean, if you can kind of do those kinds of things, it's been a big play offense, but when you can do that.
Yeah, and that makes your defense better.
Yeah.
When they're on the sideline and your offense is controlling the ball and running clock, that makes your defense a lot better. So we haven't given our defense that many opportunities. There's been so many drives this year where we score in 1 or 2 plays, and they got to get right back up and get out there and get on the field. So it hasn't been all the defense's fault. It's been a lot of clock issues where they've just had to play a lot of snaps, and they don't get much rest in between. Either we 1-2-3 out or we 1-2-3 score, and So we've got to do a better job of having longer drives, sustaining drives, and you can only do that if you don't make the mistakes. You don't have penalties, because it's hard to, those times where you're having to call plays on 2nd and 20, that's not very much fun. You're probably not going to be successful.
Jacksonville versus Whitehouse in the second week of district play 9-5A. We'll be on the air at 6:45 on jhs-sports.com. Hope you tune in. For head coach Wayne Coleman, I'm Matt Montgomery. We'll see you next time right here on Smoke Signals.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
Looking to buy or sell property in East Texas? Homes and Properties Realty can assist you with any and all of your real estate needs, whether homes, acreage, lake property, or commercial. Members of the Greater Tyler Association of Realtors, serving all of East Texas.
This is Pete Lamons, tight end for the Super Bowl III champion New York Jets and JHS class of 1961. Whew! You're listening to the Fighting Indian Football on jhs-sports.com.
We are back at the historic Tomato Bowl, and Matt Montgomery, every time I hear Pete Lamons, he sounds more surprised. And I don't know if it's because he was in high school in 61 or remembering Super Bowl III, but glad to have Pete and all the Jacksonville legends that we were able to have recording our intros, and y'all got to hang out with those guys at the Evening with the Stars, and a lot of fun. Lots of talent has come out of Jacksonville ISD.
Oh yeah, it was a great night. 10 NFL players, 2 NFL coaches, and a Major League Baseball player. That's not a bad night to get to hang around with those guys. And I echo what you said. I appreciate those guys supporting our broadcast with those intros. And yeah, I think talking to Pete, he's more surprised not by Super Bowl III. He's more surprised by 1961 when he graduated. And I can feel his pain. I'm starting to feel that myself. So on the field right now are the Cherokee Charmers and the Little Charmers. This is a tradition, been going on in Jacksonville, Aaron, for, gosh, I don't know how long. It's extra special for me this year because my granddaughter, Brynley Hallam, is down on the field about the 30-yard line watching her, so real treat for me. And this is kind of like what that circle of life thing, because my daughter was a captain for the Charmers. Now I'm watching my granddaughter and Little Charmers. So there you go. There's my story. I'm sticking to it.
There you go.
It's going to be a muggy night down here, guys. It is sticky. That cold front that everybody's so excited about You didn't hear yet. It's coming next week. And I'm sure we'll have some better weather in Longview at Pine Tree. But tonight, it feels like, I'm not going to say late August, but it is an early game feel with the humidity down here at Tomato Bowl.
Yeah, I saw something online today that said, the weather's not so bad for July 71st.
Exactly. That's a good point. So Jacksonville and Whitehouse have had some interesting games through the years. Just recalling some of the blowouts I mentioned before smoke signals. And then Whitehouse had their share of blowouts, guys, back a few years ago as well. It's been a while since that happened. It's been a pretty competitive game. Last year, Whitehouse won 23-14 at Whitehouse over Jacksonville. So Wayne Coleman beat Whitehouse his first 2 years. The last couple of years, it's been Whitehouse with the win.
So the traditional student gift exchange going on at midfield now. Another one of those great traditions in East Texas high school football. And as heated a rivalry as this can be, it is great to see that.
It really is. The atmosphere down here is really special tonight with the Little Charmers, and you got the it's Pink Out Night. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October, of course, and so you see a lot of pink tonight here, Aaron. The Charmers have those pink pom-poms working, don't they?
They do, and it's a great initiative that Jacksonville supports, and lots of pink in the stands as well. So great to see that. And now video going on with Jacksonville's homegrown country stars, Leanne Womack and Neil McCoy being featured. And of course, Neil back in June helped us open up the Tomato Bowl, and that was a heck of a night. If
Sure
you're able
was.
to be here, and Matt, I know you were here and enjoyed it. And man, I'll tell you, anytime Neil comes to town, it's a lot of fun.
He just puts on such a great show, and of course he's class of 1976, and we all remember Neil when he was working at Piggly Wiggly over there downtown, and went on to be quite a star. Of course, Leanne, and then you mentioned her, and they just showed Margot Martindale. She was up there.
Yeah,
Tommy Hollis. The late Tommy Hollis.
We talk about all the sports stars and the talent that came out of Jacksonville, but hey, musicians, movie stars, actors, we've got it all.
For a small town like Jacksonville per capita, I would challenge any place in the United States to have the per capita professional athletes, entertainers, and singing stars per capita that have come out of Jacksonville, Texas. It's pretty impressive. So Whitehouse now across the way, their crowd starting to roll in. A pretty solid following for Whitehouse. Just 15 minutes south of Whitehouse is the Tomato Bowl. They made a drive down here. Whitehouse band now performing their school song.
And I have to say that two of them came from my house, Matt.
Yeah, that's a shorter drive. And we understand the Civil War this week.
Well, yeah, it's been house divided week.
Well, remember, you're the South and they're the North.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's as far as we'll go with that. Because we all know how that ended.
Yeah, you always defer to Mama. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right.
That lesson gets pounded into you over and over.
That's
Aaron.
well, if Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Yeah, exactly. Little Charmers out on the field still with the Cherokee Charmers. We'll hear from them at our halftime show tonight, the Whataburger halftime report.
How about this, Matt? The Charmers, as we know, celebrating their 35th year this year, and the Whitehouse First Ladies celebrating their 50th. So 85 years of drill teams on display here tonight. It's going to be one heck of a halftime show.
Oh, it should be. It really should be. So I'm going to throw it over here to the Jacksonville High School Band for the alma mater. Well, I got the text message, get a selfie with Brinley.
There you go.
I don't know if I can interrupt her now. She's busy. She's got her pom-poms ready, and just like all these young ladies. And, boy, the Charmers do such a good job with them. They only had one practice this week. And you try to corral a bunch of 5, 6, 7-year-olds in one meeting to get all this ready, huh?
Hey, 1 6-year-old keeps me on my toes. So
exactly.
hats off to Laura Guidry and her staff and her drill team.
So the Jacksonville High School football team now rolling out of the field house on the south end of historic Tomato Bowl, filling up the headdress. Whitehouse has also come out now, or making their way out, I should say. Just a few minutes from kickoff here. Folks, this part of our countdown to kickoff is brought to you by our good friends at Dairy Queen, Gene Brumlow, class of 1967, and his daughter, Ann Farmer, class of 2006. Head on over to Dairy Queen on South Jackson after the game and get you one of those big hunger busters, huh?
Or get you one of those butterscotch dip cones.
One of those things.
Oh, my goodness.
Either one of those would work, I can promise you.
Well, Matt, as much yardage as you'll cover tonight, you could get one of each.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. So, still waiting for the Fighting Indians to head through actually they're standing outside the tunnel there and got the smoke working. Man, I'm telling you, this little whistling sound, I apologize to our listeners. I'm keeping this thing down as low as possible. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll try to fix that for you guys so you don't have to listen to that the entire ball game. Again, a very sticky night. No wind at all down here, guys. The humidity's high. Actually, it was cooler last week down in Nacogdoches because you had a little rain before the ball game, but not tonight. It's back to that August date.
So the Tribe getting ready to go, all in blue with the gold trim tonight and the blue headdress helmets. And Chris Carpenter out in front getting the team ready, and here comes the Tribe.
And the Tribe heads out to midfield, and I love that video, Aaron, the new tradition.
Oh, yeah.
There's Darren Baxter right in the middle. Josh McCown showing all the former Jacksonville greats.
Yeah, that hype video put together by Lee Traylor and the media classes here in Jacksonville. And, hey, again, you want to talk about talent. Boy,
yeah,
they've got it.
A lot of those videos that you see, those action shots, come from Sean Hinton. And Sean Hinton was one of the early players in Danny Long's program, defensive tackle, went on to play in college. His son's been in the program. And well, I don't know how he got those videos, but he had so many games that he got his hands on, and you can find those on YouTube, some of those great games in the past. So both teams, well, actually Jacksonville on the field, I still don't see Whitehouse. They are still not come out yet. Jacksonville is lined up for well, let's see. I thought I saw them. No, they're lined up for the national anthem, but of course the game clock says 6:39, so maybe it's Jacksonville too early right now. Whitehouse is playing the clock pregame a little bit better than Jacksonville, maybe out a little bit early. Maybe that's a good sign, Aaron.
Well, maybe
because they're anxious, wanting to get out here and let's get this thing rolling.
Maybe, Matt, and that reminds me, talking about Whitehouse teams playing the clock. We talk about kind of how there's some not very much love lost between the two teams. One of the things I was thinking about earlier today was the Randy McFarland years.
Don't remind me.
At Whitehouse, when Jacksonville used to play the Indian war chants and the drums and everything, and it would start about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Here in downtown, and Randy McFarland was not a fan, and so I mean it was, he would have his team. They would walk into Tomato Bowl 10 minutes before kickoff.
I can tell you, it was in 2005. They came over. That was the year they really started getting better. They went 4-6 that year, did Whitehouse, but they didn't get to Tomato Bowl till 5 minutes before kickoff, 7:25. Randy Copeland was furious because, when you don't, is a team going to show up? Where are they? They rolled up in their bus and they warmed up somewhere else and then drove over here and got here right before kickoff. And as long as you're on the field, I guess at 7:30 and ready to go, I guess that's, ironically, Randy Copeland ended up becoming the athletic director at Whitehouse.
So yeah, Jacksonville. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Jacksonville standing here on the home side, looking like they're ready for the national anthem, but 5 minutes still showing on the warm-up clock. So
yeah, it's the
and
coordination's been a little bit off here. They just got out so early.
Just a little bit. Well, and I think also as far as the entrance, Chris Carpenter led the team out as the video began. And I think the plan would really have been to let that hype video run and then have the team take the field. So just a little bit off with the coordination here.
The choreography needs to be maybe worked on.
Maybe just a little bit.
So Whitehouse is not on the field yet, but the national anthem is about to be played. So we'll remove our hats and we'll listen to the Jacksonville High School Band perform.
The Scoutmaster of Troop 403.
Troop 403.
David Bridewell is the Cubmaster of Pack 403.
Doug Crouch.
Please join the Jacksonville High School Fighting Indian Band under the direction of Mr. Donnie Barrier as they play our national anthem.
Wow. Jacksonville High School Band with a national anthem. And Aaron, we were talking about 2005 Whitehouse not showing up. I'm sorry, that's just disrespectful. Whitehouse did not come out for the national anthem. What is this, the NFL? I mean, I know the NFL says you can stay in the locker room, but I don't think that's what it was. I don't know if Whitehouse knew they didn't have the right clock going, but that's the first time in my 38 years on the sidelines here that one of the teams was not on the field for the national anthem. I don't know if that was intentional. I got to believe that it was just bad planning on Whitehouse's part, but here they come nevertheless after the national anthem was played. Wow.
So Whitehouse in white helmets, white jerseys, and maroon pants tonight. As the Whitehouse Band plays their fight song, same tune as the Coast Guard anthem.
Ah, I didn't realize that, yeah. Over here, over there, is it?
Semper Paratus.
Wow, you're impressing me now. I would have said stranglehold, but
I'm just glad it's not, Texas Fight or something for your sake, Matt.
I've heard that one.
Is it Henderson?
Yeah, Henderson's got that one.
Yeah.
So captain's now getting ready to come out. I think Whitehouse, there's 12 minutes. I mean, like the game clock has the time on there, and Whitehouse is just taking their time. As the officials are waiting, Jacksonville's waiting for the captains to come to midfield, and Whitehouse just broke out of the south end zone to come to the sidelines. So, a little Randy McFarland-esque right there.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
That's unusual, if you will. Again, even in 2005, heck, McFarland's team at Whitehouse, they did make the national anthem. I got to say that. But tonight, that's the first time I've ever seen a team stay in the locker room while the national anthem was being. In fact, in the middle of the anthem, I looked over there and they were walking out. So nevertheless, we'll get rolling here. Jacksonville coming out to midfield. Kobe Anderson, one of the Jacksonville captains. We remember we said earlier he was at Whitehouse for 3 years, started his career in Jacksonville, but he's one of the captains. I'm sure he's enjoying that. Also representing Jacksonville, Justin Griffin, as well as APS, Alejandro Pena Sanchez, Jacksonville's senior kicker.
Great initials.
I've heard that. So they actually flipped the coin right there, and we just assumed they did it before the game, but maybe they didn't. Whitehouse just didn't come out for it, but they had to this time. So let's see. It looks like Jacksonville may have won the toss here. Let's see. The officials are going to signal here. Maybe Whitehouse, they won the toss. Excuse me. They were talking to Jacksonville. Whitehouse wins the toss. They're going to take the football, and they're going to be going from right to left. Of course, the flag on the poles up there, Aaron, see how they're standing out? I mean, that looks like about a 10 or 15 mile an hour wind. That wind is not down here on the field, I can assure you. It is sticky.
Yeah, even the flags on the goalpost are not really sticking out. So as you get up just higher to the flag poles, the main flag poles, there's wind, but yeah, field level, nothing.
Hey, buddy. So Jacksonville will go on defense first. And let's see if the Fighting Indians have got some of the wrinkles out, if you will. We've talked about it week in, week out. They've struggled with tackling, let's face it. And Wayne Coleman made a couple changes last week, didn't help. Went back to the drawing board this week trying to, as he says, shrink the tackling zones. That's technical talk, I guess, for maybe cutting your splits down. But one thing the Fighting Indians have got to do tonight, they've got to seal the edge, because they've got some speed in that backfield, does Whitehouse. And Jacksonville has struggled defensively with that, particularly in the Henderson and Carthage games. So Jacksonville, Whitehouse, the 28th meeting between these two schools so close to each other, 15 miles away. Jacksonville leads the all-time series 15-12, but if you go back over the last 15 years, it's been mainly Whitehouse. We're set to go. Glad you're with us at Tomato Bowl, Week 2 of 9-5A Division II. With your play-by-play, here's Aaron Swink.
Jacksonville Whitehouse is underway. This is a short kickoff to the left side. It's fielded cleanly. Return man at the 35 and out to the 37-yard line on the left hash. He's knocked down there, so Whitehouse will start with good field position, Matt.
And it's Caden Casey, the senior quarterback, 6 foot, 180 pounds, leading the Wildcats, and threw for 220 yards last week in that win at home against Mount Pleasant in the district opener. So Jacksonville will come out defensively to start the football game. Whitehouse, with their first possession, they'll start it at their own 39.
Whitehouse, like Jacksonville, will be in the shotgun in the spread. They've got 2 receivers each way. One man in the backfield gets the handoff. Straight ahead he goes out over the 40 to about the 43, and that's Peyton Kennedy.
6 foot, 200 pound senior. Kennedy not used much last week against Mount Pleasant. Had 1 carry, Aaron, 80 yards. So went for the touchdown. Very efficient. He picks up 4, second down 6 now for Whitehouse.
Receivers will now be trips left, 1 right. And handoff this time, stretch play left side, lots of room to run. Nice blocking by the receivers. And into Jacksonville territory to the 45 for a first down.
Zone read as the quarterback, Caden Casey of Whitehouse, kept that football for a really long time and froze Jacksonville's linebackers, and then he gave it to Kennedy, who got outside contained. First down Whitehouse. They're in Jacksonville territory at the 46.
So Casey has an empty backfield now. Trips right, Twins left. Minute gone by here, first quarter. Jacksonville needing to step up defensively here. Casey looking right, rolling, now under pressure from the secondary, and he's just going to have to fling this one out of bounds.
Great job by Jacksonville's secondary. Carpenter, Freeney, Torres, forcing the quarterback, Caden Casey of Whitehouse, to just throw it out of bounds. His initial receiver was covered. He went through his progression. He was covered. And Bryson Tatum was putting the pressure on Caden Casey before he threw it away. Second down back 10 now for Whitehouse.
Two backs with Casey now. 2 right, 1 left. He throws left and picking on Jalen Freeney, incomplete, but a flag comes in. They're going to get
Oh,
Freeney.
my goodness.
I
cannot believe they're going to call interference. That has got to be uncatchable, out of bounds. If it's a hold, that doesn't matter. But if it's pass interference, it's got to be a catchable ball. And it looks like that's going to stand. Oh, Wayne Coleman is furious. Skylar Trevino, the intended receiver for Whitehouse, that ball was way over his head.
Yeah, you could see Wayne Coleman out on the field signaling up over his head to indicate. Picked it up. They picked it up. Wayne Coleman wins that one.
Good job, Coach Coleman, staying with the call and protesting it. And the back judge is the one that came over and said, yes, uncatchable to the umpire. So 3rd down, 10 to go now for Whitehouse after that incompletion.
Handoff this time to Kennedy, straight ahead, spins off one man, but down he goes after a short gain.
Hicks with the tackle along with Aaron Richardson for Jacksonville.
Matt, watch Skylar Trevino on this left side with Jalen Freeney. Things got a little chippy after that play.
Oh, they're already chipping. This is the first possession. So 4th down, Whitehouse brings their punting unit in, we think, and Jacksonville has nobody back, Aaron.
High snap, pulled down, the punt on the way, and Whitehouse going to be able to down this one inside the 5. They'll let it roll all the way to the 1.
Inside the 1. I mean, the ball almost hit that goal line, and I thought he's going to let that go in the end zone, and, man, he spiked it down. And so the football, Aaron, is literally inside the 1-yard line of Jacksonville for their first offensive possession, a very precarious area for your offense to start from. So here's the junior, Patrick Clater, as the Indians will bring Aaron Richardson in at running back with him. As the Indians start with their backfield in the end zone.
Yeah, you don't get pushed any further back than this. The handoff to Richardson just straight ahead and just barely out of the end zone.
I mean, barely out of the end zone. I mean, he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. I mean, the ball's even closer to that goal line. The nose of the ball was pushing the 1. Now the back of the ball is pushing the goal line. So 2nd down, a little over 10 yards to go. Wow. Yikes. You got to get a good push if you're Jacksonville's offensive line here.
So they'll stay in tight again. This time Clater will look right, throw.
Yes, first down.
It's caught over there for Bill McCray Ford. Built for a tough first down. That's Jalen Freeney.
Just a great timing route. Patrick Clater delivered it perfect to Freeney as Freeney gives the Indians some breathing room out to the Fighting Indian 12. Call that an 11-yard pickup for Jacksonville to get that first down.
Now 2 Indian receivers left, 1 right, a little more room to work now as Clater fakes the handoff, looks left, throws, incomplete.
Wow, he's looking for Tyrese Gibson, who was pretty well covered by the linebacker Jack Clark for the Whitehouse Wildcats, and ball falls incomplete, 2nd down 10. Just underway at Tomato Bowl, no score, Jacksonville Whitehouse. The Wildcats pushed the ball down the field, got a great punt down to the Jacksonville 1, but the Fighting Indians fought out of that, and they're looking at 2nd 10 at their own 12 on their first possession.
2 Indian receivers each way, a timeout called.
Got a timeout, Jacksonville.
By Wayne Coleman, you could hear it.
Yep. Let's take a break.
So we'll step away for about 45 seconds and come back for more Fighting Indian football. This is JHS-Sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McCray Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday, Bill McCray Ford. Come see us.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
Welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 8:52 to go first quarter. If you're just joining us, no score. Jacksonville with it, 2nd and 10, ball on the Indian 12. After a Whitehouse punt down to almost the goal line, and Jacksonville trying to climb out of a hole. Patrick Clater drops back. He's going to look to throw under pressure. Down he goes.
Sacked at the 5. Patrick Clater looking downfield. You had 2 Jacksonville receivers. Somebody ran the wrong route. Wayne Coleman's upset with either Tyrese Gibson or Jalen Freeney because they were both running a go route. And Patrick Clater saw defenders there, and he was trying to get out of there. He wanted to release it a little bit quicker, unable to. 3rd down, 17 to go for Jacksonville.
All the way back now to the 5 are the Indians.
Week 5, you can't be having those wrong routes like that.
3 on the play clock, 2, 1 got to go.
Good grief, Molly. I cannot wait. Took a penalty.
And there's your delay of game. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. That was, wow. What is going on? That is something. So it'll be half the distance to the goal line as Jacksonville takes a delay of game. The ball was at their 5. Now it's going to be at their 2.5. And it's 3rd down and 22. 3rd and 22. So the Indians at the 2.5 got to get all the way out to the 22-yard line to get this first down. 3rd and 20 then.
2 Indian receivers each way, 1 back with Clater, who is back again in his end zone under pressure, steps up, climbs the pocket, throws, incomplete, looking for a slant.
You know, I hope this isn't a pattern that we saw started it last week in Nacogdoches with Patrick Clater's ball. It's just been sailing on him. It did that the entire game against Nacogdoches, and it's a mechanical thing. When you throw off your back foot and you're feeling the pressure, you're going to throw a high pass like that. He had Chris Carpenter coming across in the slant. He was open. He makes the catch. It's going to be a first down. Ball sailed on Patrick, incomplete. Now Carpenter for Jacksonville will be standing with his heel on the back of the end zone.
Yeah, the return man for Whitehouse standing at about the Jacksonville 38. So Carpenter, a lot of work to do here. Trevino is back to receive.
Oh,
that is a shank and out of bounds on the right side here at the 20-yard line.
Man. It's going to be actually, they're going to mark it at the 18, Aaron, after they do that hand line where you mark where it went out, unlike the Nacogdoches officials last week. But it's going to be at the 18-yard line. So 17-yard punt for no, it's from the line of scrimmage, worse than that. So Jacksonville, ugly.
So Caden Casey brings the Whitehouse Wildcats back out. 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. Peyton Kennedy, the back on the right side of Casey, and Casey will hand it off to Kennedy, and he will fight his way down to about the 15.
It's Tatum, Casey Kennedy with the tackle, but Kennedy with those 200 pounds forces his way for about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. That'll move the football right to the Jacksonville 15-yard line. So far in this first quarter with 7:38 remaining, no score, Whitehouse has been playing on this side of the river, and I mean Jacksonville territories. Fighting Indians have had terrible field position, not just defensively, but offensively we saw a moment as well. 2nd down, 7 for the Wildcats at the Jacksonville 15.
7:23 at counting here in the first quarter as Casey hands off to Kennedy again, and he will run up the left A gap and down inside the 10. He goes to the 9.
Be short by about a yard. Jacksonville had a chance right there. Sergio Moreira had Kennedy about the 13. He just couldn't bring him down. And again, that's been the MO for Jacksonville. It's not positioning. Coaches have the players in position to make the tackle, but players execute. Coaches don't execute. And, players got to make tackles. And that's what we've been seeing is Fighting Indians right there to make the play, just unable to bring them down. 3rd down, 1 here for Whitehouse.
Trips right, one left, Kennedy the back. Kennedy gets the handoff, stretch play, right side, first down yardage and more down inside the 5, and finally dumped at about the 3.
Once again, we talked about this a moment ago. Actually, we talked about it in pregame. You cannot let the edge go. You got to contain the edge. And again, that stretch play gets the first down for Whitehouse at the Jacksonville 3. First and goal.
Tight set, Kennedy the back. Casey hands
in.
it off, touchdown,
Kennedy.
Whitehouse.
So Peyton Kennedy goes in from 3 yards out at the 6:10 mark here this first quarter. Whitehouse up 6-0. And now it looks like Skylar Trevino, the outstanding wide receiver, will actually, no, they're just in a swinging gate here. Saw their freshman do this last night. Watch out here. How do you defend this? They had a hard time defending it last night in the sub-varsity game.
Well,
this is going to walk in.
Casey will walk it in for 2.
I don't understand, man. You know it's coming. Get lined up. 2-point conversion's good for Whitehouse. 8-0 Whitehouse.
So 6:10 to go first quarter. Our score now, Whitehouse 8, Jacksonville 0. We'll be back in 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 1953, Huber Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Huber Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
And we are back at the Tomato Bowl, 6:10 to go first quarter. Whitehouse leading 8-0 and set to kick it back to Jacksonville. Hopefully Jacksonville can come up with a little better field position than they did on that first drive. This is going to be a squib kick, though, right down the middle. Fielded cleanly by Richardson. He's going to run left, try to stretch the play, and not much there, but he is out to the 30.
North and south, young man. North and south. You can't run east and west in this district and get out of it. Aaron Richards is a senior. He's got to know. You just got to put your head down. And he probably could have got about 7 or 8 yards. He got 1 going sideways. So 6:04 remaining in this first quarter. Whitehouse jumps out to an 8-0 lead on the Fighting Indians. Here's Jacksonville with much better field position than they started that first drive at their own, or actually inside their 1. This is at their own 30.
Bryson Tatum going to be the back with Clater this time. Now man in motion left to right. Handoff, though, is to Tatum. Up the middle he goes. Look at that burst. First down yardage out to the 42-yard line, so that's good for a Bill McCray Ford built Ford tough first down.
Yeah, great block by Jeremy Singleton on that left side, and Bryson Tatum running downhill. I mean, we haven't seen a Jacksonville running back this year run with that kind of force. And when I say downhill, he wasn't stumbling and fumbling, man. He was running over people. First down for Jacksonville.
H-back Kennedy is on the left side. There's 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Handoff is to Tatum again. This time, though, Wildcats all over it.
I like it, though. Get your running game going. Get some yards. You already got 1 first down. That one didn't work very well. It's 2nd and 10. Now what you got to do right here is you got to get 5 or 6 somehow. You can't you get an incompletion here and have 3rd down and 10. And then Whitehouse can just kind of pin their ears back on the rush and drop a nickel back there. So 2nd down 10, Jacksonville with the ball at their own 41.
Trips right, 1 left, go the receivers. Now Clater fakes a handoff, looks left, throws left for Kennedy. He's got him, and he's over midfield, and that should be good for Bill McCray Ford, built Ford tough. First down yardage, it is.
Yep, that last little push, Aaron, when he caught the football, got hit immediately to Casey Kennedy, the junior, and he just kept his feet moving. I thought he was going to be short, and then he just that little last lunge at the last minute to get it.
Where have we seen that from Casey Kennedy before, Matt?
Yeah,
Shades of last week, the touchdown, the play of the game.
Sure was. Jacksonville first down in Whitehouse territory at their 49.
2 receivers left, 1 right this time. Handoff.
Tatum.
And Tatum trying a right side stretch, and he'll pick up about 3.
Tatum's giving the head tap. He'll come out. Here comes Aaron Richardson, and of course those two guys start at linebacker, and you have to be very, very judicious, if you will, as a head coach. Wayne Coleman, he's got to share those guys with the offense and defensive side of the ball and keep them fresh somehow. We have Jacksonville has some other backs. You might see Hinojosa some again tonight. He had a couple of good carries last week. So 2nd down 7 for Jacksonville at the 47.
Under 4 minutes now. Slot man in motion left to right, gets the handoff.
Tyrese.
As Gibson, he'll take it out to about the 45.
So just like we expected in our pregame, we talked about how Whitehouse was going to force Jacksonville to run the football since the Fighting Indians have just not been very good running the ball. And so that sets up, and this is what you want. You didn't get a first down right here, but you got 3rd down and 6. Your short passing game is in position here to get the first down.
So now 3rd down and 6. Clater steps back, rolls to his left, under pressure, just going to have to heave this one, and it's out of bounds, incomplete.
Same play that Henderson brought a guy off the edge, kind of a waggle by Patrick Clater. He fakes it, comes back around, and somebody missed a block. Again, just like the Henderson game when it was a safety, and Clater just had to get rid of it. So it's 4th down 7 at midfield. Wayne Coleman brings Chris Carpenter in for the punt. So a drive that started at the Jacksonville 30 stalls out the Whitehouse Wildcat 44, and the Cats are going to get the ball back here on the Chris Carpenter punt. 8-0 Whitehouse, 3:01 remaining first quarter.
Skylar Trevino back to receive. Carpenter looking to get hold of this one better than his last kick, and it is a better kick, spiraling
only if you cover
down
it.
inside the 10, but it will bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
That's the one you wanted earlier. Can't have it back. Wow. So ball goes back over to Whitehouse with 2:58 remaining in the first period here at Historic Tomato Bowl. Sticky knot down in the bowl.
2:58 to go. Whitehouse set to take over again from their own 20 after the touchback. It's Caden Casey.
Why is Sergio so tight?
With Peyton Kennedy in the backfield, and Casey rolling right, just going to dump it off. There, it's caught for a short gain.
Austin Barron, the H-back for Whitehouse, was in motion, and just a little flare pass as the Wildcats were faking the jet sweep and went the other way, but Jacksonville, nice job.
Tackle made by number 4,
As
Steven Gallegos.
Gallegos comes up from his safety position.
Second down 5 for the
Second 5.
Wildcats.
2.5 minutes and counting here first quarter. If you're just joining us, Whitehouse up 8-0. With the ball again as Caden Casey looks left, throws left, incomplete off the hands of his intended receiver.
That's Cadella Wood, and just a high pass that time by Caden Casey.
Number 4,
Candela Wood had his hands on the football. It was catchable, but it was pretty high. So had he even caught the ball, Jacksonville was in good position for the make the tackle. Carpenter on him. 3rd down 5 now from the Jacks 20. Boy, it'd be nice to get a stop here, obviously, if you're Jacksonville defensively, as the Wildcats have jumped out to an 8-0 lead after having forced Jacksonville into some seriously bad field position for their offense. 3rd down, 5 to go. Wildcats need to get to the Jacksonville 30 for this first down.
Trips left, go the receivers. Whistles blow the play dead.
Timeout Jacksonville.
So,
and again, another defensive problem for the Fighting Indians.
Yeah, so Wayne Coleman already having to use his second timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be back in about 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Brumlow, class of '66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl. 2:16 to go, first quarter. Whitehouse leading Jacksonville 8-0. But the Wildcats 3rd and 6 at their own 25. Jacksonville looking for a stop here. Caden Casey takes the snap and hands it off straight up the middle to Kennedy. He's going to be
It'll be first down.
Close. He's got first down yardage, so that'll take us under 2 minutes.
Yeah, football landed exactly on the 30 here, and he got exactly where he needed to get. Tackled by Bryson Tatum. I checked that. That's Aaron Richardson with the tackle. So first down Whitehouse. On the punt in the end zone by Jacksonville, went out to the 20. And Wildcats convert the 3rd and 5. That'll push the football out to the Wildcat 30.
Trips left, go the receivers, tight end in on the right side. Handoff this time to Kennedy. He's spun down as he tried to take it through the left side A-gap, so good coverage.
Yeah, nice job by Jacksonville. Kevin Hernandez coming in and just wrapping up Kennedy. Nice job. And Griffin for Jacksonville also in on that tackle. But it was Hernandez, the junior linebacker for the Fighting Indians, that really got that play started. Gain of about 2 for Whitehouse. Second down 8.
2 receivers right, 1 left. As Casey rolls right, throws right at the sticks.
It's incomplete.
Incomplete, though.
Looking for Wood again.
Casey's pass falls incomplete.
So third down, 8 to go.
Wood.
Jacksonville will
down 8 for the Wildcats.
Bring in Jesus Oliveros. The strong safety position. Sergio, outside linebacker, Sergio will check out.
So Jacksonville again forcing Whitehouse into a 3rd and medium to long here. This time looking for a stop.
And Whitehouse already has a couple of 3rd down conversions going for their 3rd one here, I believe. So 3rd down 8, here we go.
Empty backfield, 4 on the right, 1
they
on the
moved.
left.
Yeah, got him.
And there's the flag.
Yeah, Wood's not having a very good evening so far in this first quarter with 1:04 remaining. He's had a couple of hands on the football where he wasn't able to come up with a catch, and that time he was in the flanker set. Inside receiver just wasn't watching the ball, took off. So it'll be 3rd down and 14 to go now for Whitehouse. This will push the football back to the Jacksonville 27-yard line. Peter Torres will check in for Oliveros. Whitehouse now 3rd down 14. Watch Trevino here, Aaron, split out here on the left, number 3. He's their go-to guy.
1:04 to go first quarter. Jacksonville showing lots of pressure and just going to have to check down as Casey. It's caught, but he will be well short of the first down. So good job by Jacksonville keeping everything in front.
Yeah, no doubt. Gave up some yards there, Aaron, but as you said, hey, they kept him in front, picked up about 7. The catch was made by Trevor Thiering on that little tunnel screen. The Indians covered it well. And now Cooper Clemens will come on to punt the football away. Jacksonville with nobody back.
Well, this did not work out well last time, and Clemens puts the boot into it again. And similar situation here as they're going to let this roll down inside the 20 down to about the 15, where Whitehouse has free reign to down it. I don't get it either.
I'm going to have to ask him about that. 2 times nobody back.
51.
Maybe he feels like they're going to fake it. I don't know.
51 yards on that
51 punt. Says Todd. Wow.
Good grief. Well, should have been about 38 and caught because that ball bounced about 12, 13 yards. So here's Jacksonville, their 3rd offensive possession. It has been a poor start field position-wise on all 3 possessions by the Indians. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
So they're going to have 2 receivers each way this time. Clater, lots of field he's got to go work with again. Drop back about 3 steps, set his feet, going deep, near side over here looking for Gibson. incomplete as Gibson dove for it, but Clater just sailed it again.
Going for that deep ball, the home run. Jacksonville's trying to keep Whitehouse honest, and that will do it right there as Gibson got past the corner. I thought there was a little hand-to-hand there. You know, when the ball's in the air and you're not making a play for the ball, you cannot touch the receiver. But I guess they felt it was incidental. So 2nd down, 10 for Jacksonville. The football just outside their 15. We'll call it the 16.
2 receivers left, 1 right this time for Jacksonville. Handoff. And again, trying to stretch the play.
Richardson.
Not much there. You just can't do that, as we've said numerous times already in this ball game, Matt. You just can't really do that in this district. That'll do it for the first quarter.
Yep. Switch ins.
Yeah, so after 1, our score, Whitehouse 8, Jacksonville nothing. We'll be back in 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
And we are back at the historic Tomato Bowl as we get set to start the second quarter. And Matt, that video board is loud, isn't it?
Pretty loud. I like it. I mean, we just got to be able to hear ourselves.
That's right.
Yeah, 3rd down, 8 to go for Jacksonville at their own 17-yard line as the Indians seem to be just, I don't know, it's personnel, it's the exchanges. They've already used 2 timeouts in the first quarter because of personnel. I mean, it's like, you know, you're trying to fit too many guys into one spot, you know. But so far, it's 8-0 Whitehouse, and let's see if Jacksonville can get a 3rd down conversion from their own 17.
Whistle's going to blow this one dead.
Now we got timeout Whitehouse. And Marcus Gold, the head coach for Whitehouse, he is not happy.
Whitehouse.
He is
first charge timeout of the half.
Of course, he's the former defensive coordinator. He was the defensive coordinator for 1 year until he got moved up to the head coaching job. But he came out of the field after somebody. I would not want to be that guy.
Call the experts.
So, Aaron, let's take a break.
All right, we'll step away for 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Did you know that Homes and Properties realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
And we're back.
Please reset the game clock to 12 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, Matt, that's the second time they've asked the clock operator to
He's thinking it's only 2 seconds. What's the big deal?
Add the 2 seconds back. Let's see if they can get it done here.
Well, we've seen games where 2 seconds made a big difference, and
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
just the first play of the second quarter as we're still waiting on it.
There we are.
There we go. All right. Program that in. Hey, it's a new scoreboard. Okay?
That's right.
Trying to
So
get it in.
3rd and 10 for Jacksonville. The ball, the Indians' 17-yard line. Trips right, 1 left. Go the receivers for Clater. Lots of options for him, but he drops back. He's under pressure, and he'll have to fling it on the slant. It's caught. What a catch by Casey Kennedy.
Wow.
That's good over the middle for a Bill McCray Ford.
I'm glad there's no
first down.
I'm glad there's no instant replay because that
might
ball
have
might have
been
bounced back up into his breadbasket there. And Wayne Coleman was all over the official that it was a catch, and he called it catch. First down, a Bill McCray Ford first down, all the way out to the Jacksonville 29. Great catch by Casey, the junior.
Check down slant there. So here we go now on first down handoff straight ahead Richardson, and he's going to put his head down and barrel out to about the 35. So nice gain.
Yeah, the play designed to go into the B gap, and Aaron Richardson had to make a quick decision, and it was the right one. He went back to the A gap, and he got 5 good solid yards for Jacksonville. 2nd down, 5 to go.
So now trips right, 1 left, go the Indian receivers. Clater takes the snap, hands it off straight ahead again, and how about more punishing running? 1st down yardage and more out to the 45-yard line of Jacksonville. A Bill McRae Ford, built Ford tough, 1st down, Richardson.
And Whitehouse stunted themselves out of that play. Right before the ball was snapped, you saw 4 of them on the defensive front, Aaron. They just picked their hands up and all shifted about a yard to the right before the ball was snapped. Sure enough, Aaron Richardson took that handoff, and he went where that last guy was not. 1st down, Jacksonville at their own 45.
Jacksonville moving well here as this time zone read. Clater going to keep, and he will get it over midfield into Whitehouse territory out to the 49.
Nice job by Patrick Clater, the junior quarterback for Jacksonville. Omar Lopez, the outside linebacker, had a bead on Clater, and he just did a little knee and a little hip, sent Lopez to the turf and goes right around him for 6 yards. 2nd down, 4 for Jacksonville.
Ball sitting at the Wildcat 49. Jacksonville's first trip across the 50 so far this evening. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Clater hands off left, Richardson. He's got some room to run. Nice blocking, and he will make his way out of bounds at the 40.
Another Bill McRae Ford 1st down.
You
Aaron.
said it. Move the chains.
How about that? This running game on this drive, very, very effective, efficient. Indians getting a good push, but it's also the decision making by the senior Aaron Richardson. He's just going to daylight, which is what good running backs will do. He's got great vision, does Richardson, and he is seeing things develop that may not be where the play's designed to go, and he has to read that. Man, he's made a couple of really good reads on this drive. 1st down, Jacksonville at the 40 of Whitehouse.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Clater drops back, gonna have to throw over the middle. Looking slant, got Kennedy.
Casey!
And he's got another Bill McRae Ford, built Ford tough, 1st down, just down to about the 22.
And what made that play work, Aaron, was Chris Carpenter from his wide receiver position took the corner and the safety on a go route. That opened up the middle of the field for Kennedy to get behind the linebacker, and what a perfect pass by Patrick Clater pushes the football down to the 23 of Whitehouse. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Very methodical drive this so far for the Indians. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Clater looks left, fires, got Carpenter. Can he make a man miss?
Woo.
And he dives
Carpenter
down to about the 12 goes Carpenter.
So but that's Carpenter's, I believe that's his first target and catch. No, 2nd target, but 1st catch. As the Indians will pick up a solid 7 yards on that little inside look to Carpenter, the Colorado commit. Pushes it to the Whitehouse 14 for Jacksonville.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Richardson still the back. Fake a handoff, throw left. Got Carpenter gonna juke his way to about the 5. That's good for another Bill McRae Ford, built Ford tough, 1st down. Jacksonville got goal to go.
Yeah, just great timing. And that, again, we talk about this timing patterns that Jacksonville, they get that stuff down in the spring. And we really saw it in the Henderson game. Last week, not so much. Tonight, oh man, Patrick looks like he's having a much better 2nd quarter than he did 1st quarter, throwing the ball. 1st down, goal to goal. Jacksonville at the Whitehouse 6.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Kennedy, the H-back on the right. Richardson, the back. He gets the handoff inside the 5. There's a face mask as he battles his way down to about the 2. No flag.
I mean, you could see Aaron Richardson's chin just come down, and a grab of the face mask, no call, but it does push it to the 1. 2nd and goal for Jacksonville. Puts it in right here with Aaron.
Tight, heavy package here this time. Handoff Richardson.
He's in.
He's there. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Just sheer strength, leg strength. Singleton gets the block, and Richardson goes right behind him, and he got hit about the 1. and they tried to lay him down right there, and Richardson just forced his way into the end zone. Jacksonville on the board, 8 for Whitehouse, 6 for Jacksonville, and APS will come out. Clater will hold. Jacksonville will try to cut this down to a 1-point Whitehouse lead. What a drive by Jacksonville. We'll hear about that after the break from Todd Travis. Here's the extra point by APS. Uh-oh.
Bad snap, but Clater has to pick it up and run. Running right, looking for the line. Is he there? No. Just short.
It wasn't really that bad of a snap. I think Patrick just dropped the ball, Aaron. It hit him pretty good in the hands. I'm sorry, he just dropped it. And then he tried to do something with it. No good. 8-6 Whitehouse.
So with 7:29 to go, Jacksonville on the board. We'll step away for 45 seconds and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fightin' Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
And we are back at the historic Tomato Bowl. 7:29 to go, second quarter. Our score now, Whitehouse 8 and Jacksonville 6 with a very impressive Jacksonville Fighting Indian scoring drive summary. Here's Todd Travis. Todd?
That was a great drive to start the second quarter. The Indians had 12 plays, covered 85 yards, ending with a touchdown and a missed extra point. So the score is Indians 6, Wildcats 8.
Couldn't have a better drive except not getting the extra point. But wow, 85 yards, 12 plays. That's awesome. Here's APS with the kickoff.
Jacksonville lined up with the dual kicker. Look
Santos.
again, onside, a high pop left side.
Jacksonville got
goes
it.
for it. They've got it.
I see a flag.
Comes in, though.
He called for a fair catch.
Yeah.
We didn't let him pick it.
Well, that's going to be kick-catch interference then.
Good call, Todd.
Wow, good spot, Todd.
Yeah, I saw Jacksonville converging on the ball, and I just took my eye off of the receiver for Whitehouse. But, yeah, the fair catch, and it wasn't just one official. It was two that saw it, so obviously, and Todd saw it too. And so there you go. So Whitehouse is going to get the penalty, and well, Jacksonville is quite unique, I believe, in a lot of teams with these using two kickers when they cross and doing these short high kickoffs. And of course, Jacksonville's already got a couple of onside kicks this year. Close to another one.
But I would think our guy going for the ball probably never saw the Wildcat call for the fair catch. He was watching the ball the whole way.
Yeah. And now with that mental mistake right there, you give Whitehouse the football at the Jacksonville 43. And so, it's great to do those kickoffs, but boy, when they don't work and you get that kind of a penalty, that is bad. Midfield's one thing, but now they're at the 43 of Jacksonville.
So trips left, one right go the receivers for Casey, and he'll hand it off, though, to Kennedy, and he'll move the pile. Still moving, guys, down inside the 40 to the 37.
I mentioned Kennedy at 200 pounds, and he used every bit of that. Very physical run by the senior. As I mentioned last week, only one carry against Mount Pleasant, but he's been the workhorse tonight for Whitehouse as we go under 7 minutes in the second quarter. Whitehouse will be looking at second down, about 4 to go after that 6-yard pickup by Peyton Kennedy.
So 6:50 and counting.
Trying to get Jacksonville to jump, hard count.
Yeah, Caden Casey now looking to the sideline, getting the play. 5 seconds to go on the play clock here. And he's going to have to hurry now as Casey, and they will call it timeout there as Marcus Gold and his Wildcats couldn't hurry it up. So we'll step away for 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're gonna love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
And we are back, 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats ball at the Jacksonville 37-yard line after the timeout. As Caden Casey fakes the handoff, steps back to throw over the middle, and incomplete off the hands of the receiver.
Had good coverage down there. It looked like Sergio was down there for Jacksonville. And incomplete. Cameron Fuller will get credit for Jacksonville for really deflecting that football. So it's 3rd down, 4 to go, as the Indians had good coverage right there. I really like the way Sergio, the linebacker, got down the field to help. And Fuller knocks it away. So big play here, an 8-6 score, 3rd down 4 from the Jacksonville 37 for Whitehouse.
Trips right, 1 left go the Wildcat receivers for Caden Casey. Kennedy, though, is the back. He'll get the handoff and dives.
He got it.
He's going to be very close.
He's just short. It's going to be 4th down, so we'll see an interesting decision here for Marcus Gold. He's in 4-down territory, basically, so would be shocked if he doesn't go for it, and he will here on 4th down. Got to get about a half yard, Aaron, not very far.
Yeah, same personnel. Trips right, 1 left, but watch the run with Kennedy. He gets the handoff. Jacksonville, no, it's a keeper, and it's Caden Casey, and he's going to score. Jacksonville collapsed on Peyton Kennedy, and Caden Casey pulled it.
Number 8, Caden Casey.
Wasn't anything fancy, just a zone read, and Jacksonville jumped on Peyton Kennedy. And their quarterback, Caden Casey, goes in from 37.
Swinging gate again here. Watch it if you're Jacksonville.
Now they're going to kick it. They're going to bring their kicking unit in here. And Jacksonville, one of their players getting an earful from one of the coaches. Out of position on that play. Here's the extra point.
Extra points are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. The kick is up on the way and good. So with 5:51 to go, 2nd quarter, our score now, Whitehouse 15, Jacksonville 6. We'll be back in 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready to serve you today.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
And we are back at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 5:51 to go, first half. Our score, Whitehouse 15, Jacksonville 6. With another Whitehouse scoring drive summary, we'll throw it back over to Todd. Todd?
It was a 4-play drive, covered 43 yards, ending with a touchdown, putting the Wildcats up 15-6.
It makes you wonder. You think back that the onside kick that gave him such good field position.
Here's a high pop-up kick that will be fair caught by Jacksonville.
Casey Kennedy.
But yeah, Matt, exactly. If you decide to kick that deep, that's a different looking drive.
It just shrinks the field, and of course with Whitehouse having a lot of success running the football tonight, they just blow you off the ball and run their guys down there, and that's what they did. And of course they had a 4th down, and you key on Kennedy, and you forget to take the quarterback. That's a great read by the quarterback, Caden Casey, for Whitehouse, getting their 2nd score from 37. Here's Jacksonville This possession will start at the Fighting Indian 35-yard line. Got Bryson Tatum in the backfield with Patrick.
Two receivers on the left, one on the right. It's going to be a faked handoff and an incomplete pass as they were mixed up on routes there, it looked like, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Corey and McCullough was headed on that route right there, but Patrick Clater, he threw a deep out route, and Corian threw, he ran a short out route, so nobody there. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. McCullough will come out. Casey Kennedy will check in.
Trips left, one right are the receivers. As Clater hands it off to Tatum, and he will power his way on the right side for 3 or 4.
It gives Jacksonville I'm a little bit more, well, not a good spot right there. I thought he got a little further than that, but it'll be 3rd down and 7 to go. They'll only give him 3.
Jerry Kennedy. That brings up 3rd down for the
So the Indians will have 2 receivers each way as Clater wants to.
I think this is a big conversion for Jacksonville. They need to get this right here and not give the ball back.
And they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, it's a big play right here because if you give the ball back to Whitehouse with 5:20 remaining, you don't get this 1st down. It's Whitehouse actually using that timeout. That's their last timeout. Jacksonville, I believe, still has 1 here. Let's take 30 here.
We'll step away for 30. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Sponsored by
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
Welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 5:20 to go, first half. Our score, Whitehouse 15, Jacksonville 6. Aaron Swink, Todd Travis, Ryan Travis, and Matt Montgomery here with you on JHS-sports.com. Glad you're joining us. And the Indians with a 3rd and 8, ball sitting at their own 38-yard line.
Right hash mark, so you feel like the Indians are going to be coming this way, Aaron. Big play here for the Jacksonville offense as Clater comes over to talk to OC Randall Kennedy to get the play. Still 12.
10 seconds now
clock.
On the play clock.
Come on, man.
7, 6, 5, 4. You got to go, and they finally get it off. Clater going to have to get rid of the ball. He will not. Down he goes back inside the 25.
Yeah, just not a read that time by Clater, looking down the middle of the field, and he pulled it when he got to his second progression. Here comes one of those linebackers off the edge. That is a great defensive call by Whitehouse, knowing that Clater was going to stand back there and throw the ball, and he just came off the edge, much like Knack did last week with that number 11, who I saw all night in my dreams, just crushing Patrick for the sack. 4th down and a mile. So with 4:46 remaining and counting, here's Carpenter standing on his own 13 for Jacksonville.
So Trevino back at about his own 40 to receive. Carpenter gets away a pretty good one this time, and it will go out of bounds on the far side. We'll see exactly where they spotted at about the 35.
Pressure that time by Whitehouse. They were going for the block. They just didn't get there, and Carpenter chopped his step too and kind of thudded it. You could hear the thud.
Check that. They'll spot it at the 45.
Okay. So 4:28 and counting, and Whitehouse with a good opportunity here to go up 3 scores. Man, these 3-score halftime leads by the opponents, that's tough, man.
Hey, but the last time you were down 3 scores to a team called the Wildcats that wore maroon,
okay,
pretty good second half.
All right, I'll give you that.
Trying to stay positive, guys. 2 right, 1 left. Throw is right, a screen set up over there and caught.
Just
out to about the 42. I'm sorry, go ahead, Matt.
No, just say it was Chris Carpenter with the tackle, but such a mismatch between Trevor Thiering, 140-pounder, and the D1 commit to the University of Colorado. Thiering was trying to block Jacksonville's Carpenter, and Carpenter just kind of threw him down like he was a 7-year-old and made the tackle.
You're saying that Carpenter had him buffaloed?
No, I didn't say that.
You'll get that. You'll get that in a minute.
No, I got it. I just
I got it.
My silence was my message.
That's right. That's like an eye roll. This time a flag as Casey hands off straight ahead.
So let's see the call here. Was Jacksonville offsides?
Kennedy on the carry, tackle made by number 10, Bryson Tatum.
If that's the case, I am going to do a backflip. No, it looks like it's going to go against Whitehouse. And that's going to be the call.
Yeah, procedure. Yep.
Offense.
Ryan Travis got that one up here.
Penalty. Replay second down.
Good spot, Ryan.
So the procedure mechanically was called there, but it was a illegal formation, so I'm assuming that wouldn't automatically stop the play. And it didn't, because they didn't blow their whistle to kill the play. Must be different, but it's the same signal. So here's Whitehouse, second down 12 now.
Two receivers left, one right. Kennedy the back with Casey. And Kennedy straight ahead, and he will burst his way down near the Jacksonville 30. They'll spot him at about the 32.
Oh, come on
First
now.
down yardage, now a lot of extracurriculars. Yeah.
You know, Kennedy was fighting for extra yards, and a Jacksonville player tackled him. And then a Whitehouse player just came over and just knocked Tyrese Gibson right in the head. So no call. Must not have been that bad. Looked worse from here, but maybe not. So first down, Whitehouse, down to the Jacksonville 37. Exactly where they scored from last time when it was fourth and about a half yard.
3:50 and counting here, second quarter. As Casey looks left, throws one-on-one over there and caught. First down all the way down to the 2-yard line.
They said it was a catch. Jacksonville saying he dropped the ball. Jalen Freeney's arguing, and so is the Jacksonville coaching staff saying that he dropped the football. No call. They're going to call it a catch.
Yeah, Ryan Travis saying up here the ball's laying on the ground, guys.
That's incredible.
So that's a good spot, but not a good call.
First and goal, Whitehouse.
So Kennedy back in the backfield. The flag comes in.
So it looks like it's going to be procedure. Whitehouse, I think, yes. So my angle, I could not see. Did he catch the ball and then came down to the ground and he lost it?
That's what it looked like to me.
Well, they apparently said that he caught it, but.
Of course, you know, that may or may not have been a makeup call for Casey Kennedy's slant route earlier.
Yeah, maybe. So after the penalty for procedure, pushes the football out to the Jacksonville 7, first and goal for Whitehouse, trying to go up 3 scores, leading 15-6 with 3:25 and the clock is running.
So Casey hands off to Peyton Kennedy, and not much there this time.
Yeah, he'll lose a yard.
And look at this extracurricular.
Oh, come on, Chris.
That's Tyrese Gibson.
Well, what's been happening is they're going to get Chris Carpenter for the penalty, but number 17, Austin Barron, he started it. You always get the second guy.
Always.
And Barron came up and was talking trash and shoved him, and then Carpenter shoved him. Now Carpenter's explaining to the line judge in a very mature way, I'll say.
Yeah,
Carpenter's explaining to him,
they got
please
Tyrese,
watch him.
They got Tyrese there, Matt.
This is what Whitehouse has done before. I mean, they do this kind of chippy stuff after the play, and the second guy always gets caught.
So back to play here, and handoff to Peyton Kennedy, and he's stacked up the line and driven down.
Carson Cleaver with contact forcefully.
And if you're a Jacksonville player, as soon as you make a tackle in this game, you got to get off the pile and get away, because they're still trying to do that stuff after the play, Matt.
It's ugly, and the officials are going to have to watch that, because this Whitehouse they'll chip at you and hide it, and the second guy gets caught.
You know, and you hate to say that that's
part of the game. You got to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're Jacksonville.
You hate to say that that's what a team does, but boy, we've seen Whitehouse do that a lot.
We'll stop play here. See what the call is. There's flags down, and Fisher coming in, and let's see if Jacksonville's going to get another break here on the penalty. And so they stop play, so it's got to be a procedure call or a motion call of some kind if they stop play.
Number 4, offense.
So Wood,
Second down.
Boy, he is not having
he's
a good
not
night,
having a
has
good
he?
night. He'll come out of the ball game again for Whitehouse with another mistake there. That's his second penalty for jumping out of his receiver position in the slot. Man, woof. You know, the only bad thing, Aaron, it gives Whitehouse a little bit more room here to throw in the end zone.
So 2:05 and counting with the clock on here.
Second goal from the 10.
Caden Casey drops back. Here come the Indians. Can they get to him? He gets rid of the ball. Incomplete. He just had to fling it away.
Looking for Trevino in the corner, and nice job by Bryson Tatum of Jacksonville, feeling the coverage behind him was good, so he felt the liberty to take off and dead sprint his way to the quarterback, Casey. And he presses him, forces him to throw it out of bounds. Third down goal for Whitehouse at the Jacksonville 10. Can you get another stop? Jacksonville defense.
2 receivers each way this time. As Casey looks to the sideline, gets the play, and now back into position. He drops back, he looks left, he throws into the end zone, incomplete.
Trying to get Wood. Carson Cleaver with the pressure on Caden Casey, and now Marcus Gold will have to decide what he wants to do. He's going to bring the field goal unit in. It's basically a chip shot. Should be a 27-yarder.
Matt, we got our first look at that tight corner over there in the southeast corner of the end zone. Boy, there's not a lot of room over there.
If you're in the corner of the end zone, you better put your brakes on. So here's Whitehouse to try to make this an 18-6 lead. It'll be a 27-yarder from the left hash for Cooper Clemens.
Kick is up on the way.
It's good.
And good. Field goals brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. So with 1:41 to go here in the first half, our score now, Whitehouse 18 and Jacksonville 6. We'll be back in 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
Back to the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. The Fighting Indian defense holding there and limiting Whitehouse to a field goal, so it's 18-6 with 1:41 to go here in the first quarter, Matt, and that's a win if you're Jacksonville.
Oh, no doubt. It keeps it to a 2-score game, obviously, and Jacksonville has one timeout remaining with 1:41. Let's see what they can get done here.
So the kick on the way. It's going to be a short one on the far side, and caught cleanly by Casey over there, Casey Kennedy, that is, and he'll take it up to about the 38.
Well, Casey Kennedy is starting to become that blue-collar, rough-it-up. This is the guy you want to be in the alley with kind of player for Jacksonville. He's been really physical, you know, in the last 3 ball games. As he is also the backup quarterback. You know, obviously you don't want to see that because that would mean Patrick would be injured. But you know, they used him. Casey Kennedy is used all over the field. Of course, he's the son of defensive coordinator Kenny Kennedy, who was quite the athlete himself for Jacksonville back in his days. So here's Jacksonville with 1:38. Hinojosa will check in, the junior running back for Jacksonville.
First time we've seen him tonight. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Clater going to look to throw. He's going to load up and fire over the middle, incomplete.
So Clater under pressure still. I mean, Whitehouse is really pinning their ears back, and the drop for the Jacksonville quarterback is not that deep. It's a timing offense where he already in the shotgun, so he's already about 6 yards back, takes one step back, boom, throw the ball. If you don't throw it that first time and you got that rush on like Knack had last week and tonight with Whitehouse, I mean, they're going to alter your throw, and that's what happened there. 2nd and 10.
Trips left, one right, 1:34 to go till halftime. As screen set up, Gibson got the ball, and he will take it to about the 43.
Good block by Chris Carpenter and Casey Kennedy. Gibson will pick up about 7. Actually about, with a spot, really about 5, 3rd and 5. So the clock stays on. Indians taking their time here. Oh, man, call it. Here we go.
1:05 and counting. You got to go.
Well, the play clock is at 16 and counting, so plenty of time to get off, but now you're under a minute in the first half. He's just taking his time here. What is going on?
Clater going to fake a handoff, look right, and throw incomplete.
Oof.
That'll stop the clock with 44.
So now it's 4th down. I'm just lost right now. Oh, man. Wayne Coleman is very frustrated with some of the decisions being made, and he clearly told him, he said, let's get going. And I don't know why Patrick was letting that clock go down. I do not know why. Of course, we'll be talking with head coach Wayne Coleman, as we always do at the half, in the All Smiles halftime interview. Stay tuned for that. And then stay with us for the Whataburger halftime report. Now here's Chris Carpenter to punt for Jacksonville.
Whitehouse now with nobody back, so see if they bring some pressure. Carpenter gets this one away. It'll hit about the 22 and only be allowed to roll to about the 17.
So does Whitehouse take a shot here with their outstanding receiver Trevino, or do they just content maybe to kill it right here and go in at the half? There's 35 seconds, and they don't have any timeouts. So let's see what they choose to do.
Jacksonville will be getting the ball. So remember that. See what they do here.
Football at the Jacksonville Whitehouse, the Whitehouse 17. With 35 seconds and no timeouts. Here's Whitehouse. They're just going to take a knee.
So Casey
here.
will just take a knee. And we'll get it to the half.
Yeah, they don't have to snap the ball. There's 23 and counting on the game clock. Play clock's at 33, so they can just let it run out right here.
So that's what they'll do. So at halftime, it's going to be Whitehouse 18 and Jacksonville 6 here in the 2nd District ball game, the 2019 season. And so that will do it for our first half. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the Whataburger halftime report. We'll have halftime statistics will be brought to you by Randy Gorham CPA.
Okay.
But before we take that break, we will send it down to Matt with Coach Coleman.
All right, we'll get Wayne Coleman in a second. We need to get a message to the play clock. Whoever's running the play clock needs to come down to the field. The official just asked if we could get somebody to come down to the field and talk to the officials. Okay, so somehow you guys can relay that message. That'd be great. Okay,
yeah, well,
now we have Wayne Coleman with us here on the All Smiles halftime report. Coach, weird half. I mean, the first quarter you had the worst field position I've seen you have all year. It's tough to dig out of that hole.
Yeah, I mean, when you get the ball and you're on one, you got to get a first down. You got to get a couple first downs and try to turn the field back over. We didn't do a good job right there on that one possession.
Well, you had a heck of a drive, 85-yard drive to get your score, and then Whitehouse comes back. You don't get the onside kick, and then you get the penalty. That just made it that much worse, gave them great field position, and then they got the 4.5-yard conversion from 37.
Yeah, we're not playing bad on defense. They keep getting in they're getting in that, that they're making their 3rd down conversions right now on us. So there's some things we can do, I think.
Offensively in the second half, what do you think that you can do?
We're going to have to, we're not taking any shots because they're playing a lot of double coverage on Chris, and they're playing soft everywhere else. We just got to find a way to take a shot when we get the down and distance right. We're behind the chains too much right now.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Head Coach Wayne Coleman, the All Smiles halftime report. As the Whitehouse band out on the field, Aaron, I'm going to toss it back up to you.
Thanks, Matt. We're going to take 2 minutes, and we'll come back for the Whataburger halftime report, and we'll have the first half stats brought to you by Randy Gorham CPA. So we'll step away for 2 minutes. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, that cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now is the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
And we are back at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Halftime festivities just underway. The Whitehouse marching band and the drill team, the first ladies on the field. And now we'll bring back in Todd Travis for our halftime statistics sponsored by Randy Gorham CPA. Randy has been your source of accounting and income tax needs in Jacksonville since 1984. Todd, 18-6 Whitehouse here at the half. Could have been a lot worse. Thought for a while Jacksonville would be looking at another 3-score hole, able to stay in it. Nice defensive stop there on that last Whitehouse drive. So let's break down some numbers.
You know, interesting. The stats are pretty even here for both teams, but even though the scoreboard's not, we've given the Wildcats a pretty short field on all 3 of their scoring drives. So the Indians finished the first half with 29 plays, 111 yards of total offense. We had 73 yards passing and 38 yards rushing. Our quarterback, Patrick Clater, 7 completions on 14 attempts for 73 yards. Our leading receiver, Casey Kennedy, 3 catches for 41 yards. And rushing, Richardson had 7 carries for 33 with the 1 touchdown. And Bryson Tatum had 4 carries for 15 yards.
So Jacksonville doing a pretty good job of getting in a little bit more balance. We were talking about that in pregame as far as needing to get that running game back going a little bit and able to do that a little bit and spreading it around, Todd.
We are. And, you know, where we're struggling again tonight, 3rd down. We're 1 for 6 in the first half.
Yeah, that won't cut it. Especially looking back at some of the games that have come before this year, especially the Palestine game comes to mind, all those 4th down conversions that Jacksonville had. Obviously, when you have a lot of 4th down conversions, that means that maybe you're not as good on 3rd down. But it means that in that game, you know, Jacksonville really able to convert in pressure situations and struggling to do that so far tonight. Obviously, the level of competition a little bit different, but you know, you'd like to see that number improve if you're Jacksonville for sure.
Oh yeah, and we're struggling again tonight, punting the ball. We're punting out of our end zone on the first punt and goes out of bounds on our 18, so we definitely gave Whitehouse a short field there.
And so,
look at some Wildcat stats.
I was going to ask to do that. They're out to the early lead, so let's see how they got there.
They had 26 plays on offense for 145 yards with 46 yards passing and 99 yards rushing. Their quarterback, Caden Casey, 4 completions on 11 attempts for 46 yards. And their leading rusher, which really is the only rusher, Peyton Kennedy, 14 carries for 65 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, interesting talking about him in pregame. You know, he had 1 touch last week, 80 yards and a score, and he's a workhorse tonight, so wasn't sure what to expect.
We haven't even seen another running back yet, have we?
No, we have not. In fact, when Lee Traylor provided us with the lineup cards that he prepared, which are fantastic, by the way, Carter Adams, this is according to Huddle, and looking back at the games in the past and how many times each had played, Carter Adams was listed as the number 1. We have not seen him.
Think they were saving Kennedy for us tonight?
It looks that way so far, Todd.
Whitehouse hadn't had a lot of success on third down tonight either. They're 2 for 7, but the one difference was that fourth down play where they've had 1 fourth down attempt, but they converted it for a 38-yard touchdown.
They got it to 4th and inches, and when you've got a guy like Peyton Kennedy, it's almost a gimme.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody in the building expected Peyton to get the ball, and quarterback pulled it. And
yeah. I mean,
we had
that's
Peyton
what you
covered.
do.
We had at least 2 guys tackling him, and it would have been short, I think. But
we talked about that Jacksonville was in the backfield there. You just did not take the quarterback. Had a chance to talk with a gentleman earlier this week. We were talking about one of the great UT and Arkansas games from back in the 60s. I think it was the 1967 game. And he grew up in Arkansas, and he said, you know what they did against Darrell Royal and his wishbone offense, how they stopped it? I said, no, what did they do? He said, they just hit everybody. And they just hit everybody in the backfield, and that's what Jacksonville should have done there. Of course, I'm sure we didn't watch any 1967 Arkansas game tape in practice this week, but you never know.
It looked like we were in position there, so it just didn't work there.
Yeah, so Jacksonville down, again, only 2 scores, so that last stop really crucial, Todd, for the Fighting Indian defense. Matt was saying it, it's almost kind of it was kind of in jest, but really you're getting really tired of the being down 3 scores at the half.
At the half, yes.
So that was a big stop. That's a big win for Jacksonville. Keep in mind, folks, Jacksonville will be getting the ball to begin the second half. So with it only being a 12-point game, Jacksonville's still right in this thing. Jacksonville Whitehouse, these games are always fun, always unpredictable. But when Jacksonville can keep it in striking distance, that's about all you can ask for, especially when Whitehouse got off to the kind of start they did and pinned Jacksonville with the kind of field position they did. So, Todd, thank you for those first half stats. First half stats, again, folks, are brought to you by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy has been your source of accounting and income tax needs here in Jacksonville since 1984. You're listening to the Whataburger Halftime Report. Whataburger, you make the order, and Whataburger makes it fresh. We're going to step away for 2 minutes, and we'll come back. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
Looking to buy or sell property in East Texas? Homes and Properties Realty can assist you with any and all of your real estate needs, whether homes, acreage, lake property, or commercial. Members of the Greater Tyler Association of Realtors, serving all of East Texas.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. The Whitehouse Wildcat Band finishing up a great performance. You're listening to the Whataburger Halftime Report. Whataburger, you make the order, and Whataburger makes it fresh. Todd, in the break, we were talking a little college football. How about those SMU Mustangs? My SMU Mustangs, class of 2011. They're 5-0, ranked number 24. That makes them that makes them the second highest ranked college football team in the state of Texas, just after UT. 5-0, ranked for the first time since 1983.
83. Wow.
And taking on the Tulsa
Pony Express years?
Yeah,
okay.
It absolutely was. Taking on the Tulsa Golden Hurricane tomorrow night in Dallas at 6:30 for a chance to get bowl eligible. This is a team that has been to, I believe, 4 bowl games, counting back, 4 bowl games since the death penalty in 1987. So trying to really turn over a new leaf is Sonny Dykes with the Mustangs. I will be there, and I'm excited. So
it ought to be a good game.
Yeah, it should be.
I guess they're probably favored tomorrow night.
They are. And Shane Buechele, of course, the quarterback, the transfer from Texas. And that's one thing Sonny Dykes has been able to do is make great use of the transfer portal. And
it's interesting how many schools around the country had quarterbacks transfer this year.
Absolutely.
And a lot of them are having a success.
Sure. I mean, you look at even Jalen Hurts, and some of those guys. But now you hear the Wildcat Band making their way to the near side. Great performance from them. Both the Wildcats and the Indians have huge bands this year, guys, and boy, I'll tell you, it makes for quite an exciting halftime.
So as the Whitehouse Band leaves the field, I'm going to go over some scores before Jacksonville gets on the field.
Yeah, take it away,
with their
Matt.
Charmers and band drilled and the majorettes. John Tyler's up 34-0 over Wiley East in the third quarter. Lufkin 6-0 at the half over Magnolia. I'm giving some non-district scores here before we get to ours to keep you in suspense. How about Corsicana 35-7 over Terrell at the half. Gilmer 27-7 over Bullard at halftime. And what about this score? Carthage number 2 versus Pleasant Grove number 1. That game being played at Pleasant Grove at the half. It's 7-all. Wow. Pittsburgh and Rusk tangling over in Pittsburgh, and boy, the Rusk Eagles 8-7 at the half. So in the district, of course, this score, Whitehouse 18, Jacksonville 6. Nacogdoches at the half at Lindale. The Lindale Eagles are up 14-10 over Nacogdoches at the half. Hallsville hosting Marshall tonight. That game's not pretty. 26-0, Marshall over Hallsville. In the last game in 9-5A, Pine Tree's playing in Mount Pleasant tonight. And the Pirates of Pine Tree, who Jacksonville will visit next week in Longview, they're leading Mount Pleasant at the half, 21-7. Now, the Jacksonville High School Band on the field, along with the Cherokee Charmers. Cherokee Charmers led by their director, Laura Guidry, assisted by Tiffany Alexander. 16 seniors on this Charmers squad. Let's introduce the officers, and we'll listen to the PA here.
Junior Lieutenant Katie Lucky, Senior Lieutenant Ariel Galvan, Junior Lieutenant Alexa Sandberg, and in the center, your captain, Kayla DuPont.
Couldn't have said it any better. As the Charmers on the field.
This week's Charmer of the Week is Savannah Wybara.
Savannah Wybara, the Charmer of the Week. Charmers get set for their performance. I mean, xylophones are back. I think that's what they're called. My instrument knowledge is not very good.
Watch now as the Charmers perform to Jimi Hendrix's smoking hit, Fire.
Well, we'll throw a little Jimi Hendrix out there. 50th anniversary of Woodstock, why not? A little Fire by Jimmy. I saw what he did. The award-winning Cherokee Charmers with their halftime performance.
Under the direction of Laura Guidry and Tiffany Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Cherokee Charmers.
Their outstanding performance. Charmers celebrating their 35th year here in 2019, and the Whitehouse Lady Cats, they were celebrating number 50.
Yeah,
How about that?
Yeah, Matt, that's the first ladies.
The first ladies.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
'cause-
Lady Cats are the basketball teams.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you got it. Well, it's Whitehouse. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty catchy, you know, Whitehouse and the first ladies.
Yeah, I got you. I didn't thought about that. That's interesting.
Jacksonville Majorettes perform an
So here's the Jacksonville Majorettes under the direction of Brianne G. Co-head twirlers Mackenzie Ross and Shelby Cumby.
Hey, Matt, is it just me, or have we not had a train yet tonight?
We have not. I mean, I don't know. They saving money or what? That may be the problem. We need a train to go by.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm just glad they didn't go when we had the ball on the 1 yard line.
That's right.
That was not good. Cherokee Charmers performing. Now the Jacksonville Majorettes with the Jacksonville High School Band you can hear in the background providing the music here at Tomato Bowl. It's halftime here on the Whataburger Halftime Report. 18-6, Whitehouse with the lead. And Aaron, I don't know if you heard me a minute ago, but I said it's the xylophones are back. Is that what those are called?
Xylophones, yeah.
Okay. All right. Wait, hey. I saw that second grade music
Of course,
class
one of them
paid off.
There may be a marimba down there too. I don't know. They're pretty similar.
Okay, now you're getting smart with me.
I don't know.
A marimba?
Marimba.
Okay.
Ryan Travis says there's a marimba.
What are you guys, what are y'all studying, musical instruments or something?
Yeah, right. Now Ryan was in band. I just have Google.
Hey, look, it's just a big drum. Is that what you're calling the marimba?
No, it looks almost identical to the xylophone. So Ryan, what's the difference? Get on the mic here and enlighten all of us.
Please.
Ryan was in band, folks, so pay attention.
I don't even know that I'm qualified to talk about that.
Well, if you've listened to me
I have
for
no
a while,
idea.
you know you're more qualified.
I'm not entirely sure what the difference is. It may be something about the number of, I don't know, I guess they're like bars that you can hit down there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily the correct
Sounds good to me.
thing.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know.
Okay. That's
Maybe
like
what
me-
they're made of.
That's like me going to the dealership and them telling me I need a gamizzle rod. Okay, that sounds good.
That's right.
Just put it on there. How much is it? So here's the Jacksonville High School Band pausing for a moment as the xylophones are kicking in, but now the band's taking off. The band is under the direction of Donnie Barrier. Drum majors Jenna Armitage and Richard Elias. 39 seniors make up this massive band for Jacksonville, the largest number of bands people in Jacksonville history. How about that? Now, I can't tell you that I was keeping up with the numbers back in the day, but it's a big band, let's just say that. So I'm going to stick the mic up here. We're going to get a little xylophone action, huh? Listen to this. Now, you can't say we don't cover everything at these games.
That's right.
That's a first for me covering the xylophone.
How about that? Jacksonville percussion section.
Yeah.
Bringing it.
That sounded really good.
What, didn't it, though?
Yeah.
I might go back and get some more on the other end down here. Of course, the band's playing in the background, and you got
some
1, 2,
xylophone, now
3,
you need
4.
some marimba.
You got 5 of these babies down here.
Get some
Listen to
marimba
this.
in there. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. That sounds like the theme music from a 60s sitcom. But it's good. I love it. Great sound. Put the mic right on there and you can hear it. Whitehouse now out of their locker room, assembling in the north end zone. Jacksonville also out of their locker room in the south end zone. The Jacksonville High School band still performing. Whitehouse's band had a little bit of a longer performance than, they put the clock on there for 40 minutes, and once it gets over 20, man, you're on there too long, you got to share it. They were on there just a tad longer than the 20 minutes they were allotted. That's a cool finish, man. I like that. Wow. What a nice addition to the Jacksonville High School band now as they finish up their routine. 5 of these xylophones down here, and what a great job these students have done tonight. We appreciate them letting me put the mic down there. They got a little nervous when they saw the mic. They kind of looked up with me a little bit and then started focusing. Maybe that's what I need to do with the football players. Hold the mic up to them so they'll focus more. I'm just kidding.
You got to be careful with that with the coaches, though.
Oh, they know what I'm talking about. They get it. It's understandable. They put up with me.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville High School band now leaving the field here on the Whataburger halftime report. Appreciate Whataburger for sponsoring this part, actually the whole part, all of our halftime activities. Appreciate that as both teams now starting to warm up. Fighting Indian band now making their way across the way as the pretty good sized crowd here, guys, for this football game. Of course, the home side expanded its seating, and it was needed tonight. You know what I've learned by holding this mic for the band every halftime?
What's that?
I've learned that I'm way more productive when I'm just holding the mic rather than talking.
There were about 30 seconds left in halftime, and they cut it off while the band was still out
Sure
there.
did.
So.
Well, I mean, Whitehouse was late for the game. I say late. They didn't come out. The team did not come out for the national anthem, which I know Marcus Gold and Adam Cook, those are great guys over at Whitehouse. So Adam Cook is the athletic director now, and he took Randy Copeland, who retired. He took his place, and Marcus Gold got promoted. I know those guys. It was just something. I don't think it was anything untoward. They just didn't get out in time.
Yeah, I think it was more like you said, kind of a timing and scheduling type thing.
But now the Jacksonville band is getting some looks from the officials because teams are ready to come back out and the band's still marching. But again, that's because Whitehouse took more than their allotted 20 minutes for this 40-minute halftime. That's okay. Hey, we're not going anywhere. Jacksonville High School band with another outstanding performance at halftime here at historic Tomato Bowl. So Whitehouse leading Jacksonville 18-6. Both teams out on the field. Guys, let's take a break and come back.
We'll step away for about 45 seconds. Come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Welcome back to Historic Tomato Bowl. Here comes the Tribe, ready for second half of play. The Fighting Indian Band playing them on, and Matt, only a 2-score ball game. Jacksonville going to be getting the ball. Plenty of football left here.
Oh, I mean, there's plenty of time. I'm just so, I guess, happy, if you will, that Whitehouse did not get that score. Jacksonville, it was 1st and goal, Whitehouse. And then they started shooting themselves in the foot and pushed it back, and Jacksonville held them to a field goal to keep it to a 2-score game. So very reasonable for Jacksonville to obviously, they're, with a half to go, you're only down 2 scores. They'll get the football back, as you said. Really be nice to see the Fighting Indians with a long, sustained drive right here cut that lead to 1 score. Fighting Indians will send Jalen Freeney back along with Chris Carpenter, as they normally do. But, if you think about it, in these first 4 ball games, not many, first 5 games now, 4.5, I should say, not many returns by Chris Carpenter and Jalen Freeney back there.
Well, we've said this a lot, Matt. Why don't you move them up to the next level?
I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that. I just got to remember to ask why. Slip them up there if that's who you want to get the football. We're set to go, second half. Whitehouse kicking off to Jacksonville, leading the Fighting Indians. Whitehouse is 18-6.
And we are underway again. This is a high pop kick to the left side, and Fair caught it about the 30 where Jacksonville will take over. Gibson with the fair catch. So the Indians take over about their own 30.
Well, the kicking game, especially kickoffs, has become such a big part of high school football now. Ever since that guy in Arkansas started on kicking every time, coaches down in Texas caught on, and I don't think there's anybody that does it more than Wayne Coleman trying to steal a possession. But now you got these short pop-ups. Everybody's doing it. And here's Jacksonville with their first possession. They'll start it at their 30.
Clater will have 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. He will drop the ball, pick it up though, set his feet, look to throw right side. He's looking for Freeney. He's double covered.
Picked off by Trevino.
It is picked.
Patrick Clater cannot throw that ball. When he took the snap, he dropped it. And fortunately, it came back up in his hands. But when it did, totally threw off his timing, and he threw it off his back foot, a pop fly at the outfield. And Trevino, from his free safety position, out-jumped Chris Carpenter. And that's a turnover with Whitehouse getting the ball on the first play of the second half. They'll get it at their own 42 on the Trevino pick. Cannot do that.
So Caden Casey brings the Wildcats back out after the interception. Trips right, 1 left. Peyton Kennedy gets the handoff. He's going to try to stretch the play to the right, and he cannot do it.
Indians all over.
Big hit.
Stringing it out. Nice job. Richardson, Kennedy.
Yeah, and Casey right there, maybe your leader in the clubhouse when we come to talk about that Dark Chiropractic Bone Crusher hit of the game, guys.
That was it.
It was a shot.
So Casey, who got the offensive play of the game last week, I should say, from congratulations, he's on board here for the Bone Crusher hit of the game.
So now Caden Casey hands off to Kennedy straight ahead. He'll spin his way maybe for a couple of yards.
Yeah, he'll get just past the first down marker to pick up. He lost 2 in that previous play. Heck, he's going to get 6 yards right there. We'll call it 5. It'll be 3rd down, 7. So here's another one of those 3rd and longs for Jacksonville's defense to try to get off the field and get a stop here.
Trips left, 1 right for Caden Casey. He looks to the sideline to get the play from Marcus Gold. 15 seconds and counting on the play clock. As Casey takes the snap. Gonna keep. He loses the ball. Jacksonville's got it. He's gonna score.
He's got it.
Score.
Yeah,
touchdown, baby. Jacksonville.
It was Justin Griffin causing the fumble, hitting the quarterback on the zone read and stripping it. And then it's Jesus Oliveros with the scoop and score from 45 yards out. Fighting Indians on the board with a score. They gave it up on the turnover, and Whitehouse gives it up, but Jacksonville turns it in to a scoop and score by Jesus from 45.
This touchdown celebration is sponsored by
wow.
Marine,
APS now to try to cut this lead to 18-13. It's 18-12. Patrick Clater will hold.
Extra points brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty.
Number 29, Alejandro Pina Sanchez.
APS kick is on the way, and it is good. So with 10:25 to go, third quarter, our score now, Whitehouse 18, Jacksonville 13, with some of the momentum coming back to the home side. We'll take 45 seconds and come back. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl. Jacksonville, Jesus Oliveros scooping and scoring. So with 10:25 to go third quarter, it's now Whitehouse 18, Jacksonville 13. And Matt, that changed the dynamics of that sideline just a little bit.
No doubt. Pretty excited down here. It was Justin Griffin, the Jacksonville defensive tackle, causing that fumble.
So now, deep kickoff, this time fielded it cleanly inside the 5, and lots of room to run on the return out over the 30 to about the 30.
It's better.
32.
I like that better than the 48, and it also on the other side of the 50, and there's a flag on the play, and it could be, well, let's see here. Is it a face mask on Jacksonville? That's the question here. Let's see the call. Thought I saw the official signaling like that. It's going against Whitehouse. Excuse me, thank you. As the officials now pick up the flags, and let's see the call.
Still waiting for the call from the ref here.
What are you doing? Come on. Holding.
So holding the call against the Wildcats.
So I like the way that Wayne Coleman mixed that up a little bit. Whitehouse has had their hands team on that second level and the first level the whole game until that one, and boy, we kicked it deep. The Indians covered that very well. Now you add the holding penalty to push them back. They'll start this drive at their own 22. The worst starting position tonight for Whitehouse. 18-13. Whitehouse with the lead. Jacksonville just scored on a 45-yard scoop and score by Jesus Oliveros to close the gap to 5.
So trips left, one right, one back is Kennedy for the Wildcats. Kennedy gets the ball, and he'll dive ahead back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a couple of yards.
Sergio Morera getting up celebrating a little bit on that tackle, but he kind of got dragged about 3 yards or 4 yards. But he's happy he made the tackle. He held on to him. Kennedy's a big boy at 200 pounds, and Morera, he made the tackle. 2-yard gain for Kennedy of Whitehouse, 2nd and 8 for the Cats.
Trips left, one right this time. Kennedy gets the handoff again, left side A-gap, short gain.
So now Whitehouse at 3rd down. What you got to be careful of here with Jacksonville defensively is that, you know, he pulled one on just the same kind of play that he scored from 37 yards. I'm talking about Caden Casey, the Whitehouse quarterback. Watch that here because Kennedy is still in the backfield with him.
2 by 2 go the receivers. 9:19 and counting, third quarter. Casey drops back to pass, throws left, one-on-one over there, incomplete. Tyrese Gibson, good coverage.
And Tyrese just mistimed his jump. That ball
he could have.
It actually hit Wood of Whitehouse right in the hands, Aaron, and it would have been a 1st down. Yeah, Tyrese was right there. He just jumped too soon.
Yeah, Gibson was right there on him. So look at this again, guys. Is Whitehouse set up to punt, Jacksonville with nobody back. We don't understand this.
What is going on?
It's a high snap, but again, a great punt. It's going to roll as long as Whitehouse wants it to. Down inside the 30, the 27, 26-yard line, and down. And I don't know.
I got to find out, guys.
I don't get that at all.
That's one thing that when I go to practice during the week, they don't do special teams during the day. They do it early in the morning, and they do it a lot. Okay, so I don't ever see that. So I haven't seen the no man deep on the punt return for Jacksonville twice tonight, and it's cost them. Big
that was
rolls.
actually the third one.
Third one, yeah, that's right. It is the third one. So here's Jacksonville, nevertheless, down 18-13. See if their offense can get on track here. They'll start this drive at their own 26.
Chance to take the lead here. Clater hands off to Richardson, and he's got room to run. Out over the 30 to the 35 he goes, just short first down yardage, and did, in fact, look like he was grabbed there again, Matt, no call.
I really don't know what the officials are watching. I mean, when the guy grabs the face, maybe it's the angle I'm at. Maybe I can see a better angle than they can, but it's clear. Pickup of 9 for Aaron Richardson, who's turned into a horse tonight. He's running hard.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Clater hands off to Richardson again. He will hit the line hard running left, but he'll just grab a couple more, but he will have yardage good for a Bill McRae Ford, built Ford tough first down.
Pushes the football out to the Jacksonville 36-yard line. We'll call it the 37, actually, first down.
Got to give a tip of the cap to interim PA announcer tonight, Cameron Brown, doing a great job. You just heard his first down call. 2 receivers right, 1 left, as Clater will hand it off again straight ahead. And that's going to be about a 5-yard gain.
I guess they said his knee went down, so they'll give him 3.
Spot him a little short then.
So Richardson carrying the load for Jacksonville in this third quarter now at 7:39 and counting. 18-13, Whitehouse with the lead. They were leading 18-6 at half, and Jacksonville got the defensive score from Jesus Oliveras on the scoop and score from 45, and the Indians forced Whitehouse to go 3 and out, and here they are trying to take the lead here.
2 receivers left, 1 right, 2nd and 8. Clater looks left, throws left, off the hands and incomplete.
Intended for Tyrese, just went right through his hands. I checked that. I think is that Corey McCullough?
Yeah, that's McCullough.
Yeah, went right through his hands.
Intended for number 8, Tyrese Gibson.
Yeah, they said Gibson, but that was McCullough.
8 for the Indians.
But incomplete. 3rd down 8, man, you really don't want to waste that 3 and out for your defense. You want to keep them off the field. Let them rest up as much as possible.
So 3rd down and 8. Jacksonville looking to extend this drive. Clater drops back, got some time, across the middle, and it's intercepted. Slant route.
Jaden Brandon. And it's just, Patrick is just a step off tonight, guys. Threw that ball behind Casey Kennedy. And when Kennedy reached back, he kind of tipped it, and Whitehouse took it. Brandon, 6'1", 170-pound sophomore with a pick right there. So, with 7:07 remaining in the third, we already have 3 turnovers, 2 by Jacksonville, 1 by Whitehouse. But the 1 by Whitehouse resulted in a Jacksonville score. So here's Jacksonville needing to defend their end again. The ball at the Jacksonville 45, first down Whitehouse.
Caden Casey with 1 back, Kennedy with him. Handoff is to Kennedy. He's got room inside the 30, down to about the 27. That's good for first down yardage.
Just another case of not wrapping up. I mean, tackling tonight, Jacksonville's improved. I've noticed that a lot. Not that time. I saw 2 Jacksonville players come in there and just drop their shoulder down and just ran into Kennedy like that's going to knock him down. No, they just bounced off of him, and he got another 10 yards. You got to grab and pull. Running into somebody, that's easy. But grabbing and pulling and twisting, that's harder. You got to do that.
Down to the 27 now for the Wildcats, as they've got 3 receivers, but they'll give it to Kennedy, and he'll just barrel his way down inside the 20 over the 15.
Well, these officials need to get involved in these post-play skirmishes right there. Justin Hicks was just tied up with one of those Whitehouse linemen, and they were slugging it out, and they quit, and the officials just looked the other way. Okay, first down Whitehouse. After the turnover at the Jacksonville 47, it's pushed it all the way down to Jacksonville's 16-yard line, first down.
Go under the 6-minute mark here of the third quarter before they snap this one.
Dallas.
As handoff again is to Kennedy, and he will be stacked up about the 12. And again, after the play, some chippiness.
Yeah, it's just stuff happening after the play. And again, the officials got to watch. I'm sorry, they got to watch Whitehouse because they're doing it. And here comes Marcus Gold out to talk to his offensive lineman who got involved in that one. He just gave him a little hardcore, hey, buddy, if you want to play, stop that stuff. Good call. Marcus Gold, the head coach for Whitehouse. A little discipline right there. Second down, 7 to go for Whitehouse at the Jacksonville 13.
Trips right, 1 left. Kennedy still the back with Casey, and it's a stretch play to Kennedy right side, and he will fight his way down about the 5. Now, what they did there, Matt, that was interesting to me is Casey ran with Kennedy, and he didn't hand him the ball until, I mean, it was probably 5 or 10 seconds where he could have kept that thing.
Yeah, he just rode it all the way down the line. It wasn't really much of a ball fake as it was just, I'm going to hang on to the ball as long as I can. Just hang on. I'll give it to you in just a second. Hang on. Before you know it, they were like 8 yards sideways. First and goal, Whitehouse. Jacksonville 3.
So now, Kennedy handoff. He stopped just short of the goal line.
Well, actually, they're going to get him at the line of scrimmage.
Actually, yeah, they will.
Yeah,
nice. That's a
Jacksonville.
good spot.
Casey Kennedy coming up off the tackle with Hicks. As the trash talk continues on that interior, you can see those heads bopping up and down from both teams. Like we talked about in pregame, these teams don't like each other.
Nope.
Turnovers are the biggest difference in football games, guys. Not points, and this one's fixing to pay off for Whitehouse.
And so Casey throws left into the end zone, got his man, touchdown Cats.
No,
they say he dropped it.
As he was going out of bounds, Wood made the catch cleanly, and Jacksonville just shoved him right there, Stephen Gallegos, and as he shoved Wood in the back, I thought he scored. I thought he lost the ball after he went out of the end zone, but no, I guess he didn't maintain possession in the field of play and complete. Third down goal. Can Jacksonville get a stop here and hold them to a field goal? Keep it a one-score game?
Third and goal from the 3 at the 4:03 mark of the third. Jacksonville looking for another huge third down stop. Can they do it? And this time, though, it's a handoff to Kennedy, and
he scores.
He's in. Touchdown Wildcats.
That's just power football. Kennedy just went mano-a-mano with Aaron Richardson, and Richardson stepped up in the gap like good linebackers do, but you got to give credit to Kennedy. He just ran over Aaron Richardson. Here's the swinging gate again.
Got to watch it if you're Jacksonville. Now here comes kicking unit.
So the kicking unit, if he makes this to make it a 25-13, 12-point lead. Still 2 scores clearly, but Jacksonville's going to have to get something going offensively. With 4 minutes to go in this third quarter, guys, they are kind of stinking up the place right now.
Extra points are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This one on the way and good. 4:01 to go. Third quarter, our score now, Whitehouse 25, Jacksonville 13. We'll step away for 45 seconds and come back. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
And we are back at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Still no trains. 4:01 to go, third quarter. Whitehouse 25, Jacksonville 13. And
must be a national holiday or something I don't know
must
about.
be. We need one, though, I think, Matt.
Got to set the tone, man. Give me a train. Call Trampus Black. He's a train. Works for the railroad now. Tell you else who works for the railroad. Richard Whitaker. Give him a call.
There you go. High popped up kick left side. Fair caught
Gibson.
at the 35. Gibson over there. Good hand. So Jacksonville will take over. 4:01 to go third quarter. Down again, only 12. But as you said, Matt, the Indians have got to put it together.
Offensively, they're just not in any kind of rhythm in this third quarter. They've had a couple of possessions, and, of course, they got the emotional touchdown on the scoop and score from Jesus Oliveros, but they just don't seem, and the running game looks okay at times with Aaron Richardson and Bryson Tatum, but, it's Jacksonville's just throwing the football. I mean, 2 picks tonight by Patrick Clater.
So now 2 receivers each way. Clater going to set, want to throw deep, over the middle looking, and incomplete going for Freeney. Deep ball, and he was right there was Freeney, but
Yeah, it was a great pass. Threw that about 55, 60 yards in the air to Patrick Clater, and it was a nice high throw for Freeney to run under, but just great coverage by Whitehouse. Wayne Coleman said that it was going to be hard to get past them. They were not going to let you get the deep ball. And Wayne Coleman's taken, I think that's the 3rd shot downfield they've taken, and none of them have turned out well. In fact, one of them got picked. 2nd and 10 now.
And whistles as a timeout called, looks like
Whitehouse. Yep.
with the call.
Yeah,
so
Whitehouse.
we'll step away for 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Did you know that Homes and Properties Realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Andy Calcoat in the Rusk office at 903-683-2576. Andy's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we are back here at the Tomato Bowl. 3:54 to go, third quarter. Aaron Swink, Todd Travis, Matt Montgomery, and Ryan Travis with you here on JHS-sports.com. It is 2nd and 10 for the Fighting Indians. Ball at their own 35. So they look to get going here. Down only 2 scores. As Clater takes the low snap and hands off straight ahead. Out over the 35 to the 37 goes Tatum.
Just not moving the pile. Whitehouse, very solid. Had a couple of good solid runs by Richardson in this third quarter. That one was for about 3, so third down, really about 2, at 3rd and 8 for Jacksonville. And you just kind of feel this offense that has produced so much since, especially in the Henderson game. I know they lost, but they really scored points and moved the ball. Really stalled the last 2 weeks.
So now Clater looks on the slant and incomplete. He just tried to go quick with a pop slant there.
Yeah, it's to Tyrese, and Tyrese was open, and Clater just missed him. I mean, Gibson was right there, and he just threw a bullet, and it just was not close. Sorry. Well, I say it wasn't close. The Whitehouse defender tipped it. He's just a little off right now. Got settled down. Still plenty of time with 3:10 remaining. Carpenter will punt the football. Whitehouse's Trevino, who has a pick tonight for Whitehouse. No catches, though.
He's standing in his own 25-yard line. Carpenter needs to get a hold of this one.
Number 3, Chris Carpenter.
End over end will chase Trevino back to about his 20. He does field it cleanly, however. Good coverage, but a flag comes in, so let's see.
Pushing the back.
That's got to be.
Yeah, or a hold. Came right in around the tackle. Good coverage by Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's definitely going on the Wildcats. So, yeah, Jacksonville down there all over Trevino, Matt.
So help your defense can help the offense here and get them time to regroup. But you gotta get the ball back. You're just down 2 scores to 2:58. There's still plenty of time. But confidence is what I meant to say, guys. I just was trying to get around these coaches here. But confidence is what the offense needs right now. They need a big play. They need something big to happen. But first, it's the defense's turn. They need something. They already had one big play happen in this third quarter on the scoop and score. So here's Whitehouse after the penalty. It'll move the football back to the Whitehouse 15-yard line for their offense.
Trips left, 1 right go the receivers. As Casey again will ride Kennedy and hand it off to him going left.
Well, there wasn't any doubt what Whitehouse was going to do coming into this ball game. They're going to run the ball. And Jacksonville has been very susceptible to the run this year, clearly in the first 4 games. And Whitehouse has run Kennedy a lot tonight, trying to take advantage. He picks up 4, 2nd and 6.
Now they'll move man in motion from left to right on the line. Casey under pressure looks to throw right incomplete.
Good pressure by Carson Cleaver. Getting in on the quarterback there. Casey's pass a little short, so 3rd down, 6 to go for Whitehouse with a chance to get off the field. Let's see if Jacksonville defensively will adjust here and make a play. Sergio Moreira checks in at linebacker. Moreira, I should say. 3rd and 6.
2 receivers each way. Jacksonville showing pressure, bringing up the corners tight. Safety sneaking up as well. As Casey drops to pass, going to have to just fling it to his back. Kennedy, and he will be chopped down short of the line to gain.
Well, he was the second progression was Kennedy, and he's a good choice because he got up the field in a hurry. He caught that ball about the 15. He got about 7 from there, so it's 4th down. And Wildcats aren't going to mess around here on 4th and 4. So the Indian defense forced a 3 and out.
And again, guys, nobody back.
Why not?
I don't understand. That's going to hit inside the 40. Won't get a great rollout for the Wildcats, but still. So they'll be down at about the 38 of Jacksonville, but that just doesn't make any sense.
You know, there are mysteries in the world that sometimes we just don't know, Aaron. I'm going to find out, though, man. I mean, that's 4 now.
Yeah.
4 times that Jacksonville, I guess it's just a choice. I mean, maybe they don't have anybody they feel comfortable can field a punt.
If you're going to sell out and bring the house going for a block, that's one thing, but we haven't seen that either.
Well, there's a reason Wayne Coleman's been coaching all these years. I'll find out from him sometime this week. Nevertheless, Jacksonville forces a 3 and out, and they'll get the ball back. Here, 1st down on their own 38.
Trips right, 1 left. Clater looking, throwing slant, caught. 1st down at midfield.
And again, Clater throwing off his back foot.
Yeah, Bill McCray Ford 1st down. But again, yeah, you're right, Matt. Rushed and not a great look.
I mean, it was just a great catch. Great catch by Tyrese Gibson. Wayne Coleman with some words to Patrick Clater. He's got to throw the ball back. That's just a great catch.
He probably said, settle down. Trips right, 1 left. This time Clater will set and throw, but he's hit, and it's a duck coming out of there, incomplete.
And that is another problem right there. As offensive line coach Thad Black now all the way out on the hash mark screaming at his offensive line, very upset. As Patrick Clater that time, he took a shot.
Yeah, he did.
And the ball went up like a duck. So let's see if Jacksonville's offensive line can give Patrick a little bit better protection on 2nd and 10 here. Got Hinojosa checking in at running back for Jacksonville.
This time Clater looks right and throws The out route incomplete. He was looking for Freeney, just overthrew him.
Not even close. I was the closest one to that one. I got it on a bounce. Yep, there's just nights where you're off, and Clater has been pressured, and that's forcing him to get rid of the football, obviously sooner than he wants to. That one right there, he had his feet set right and everything, just bad throw. Third down, 10 now for Jacksonville. You can't keep asking your defense to force Whitehouse on these 3 and outs. You've got to do something offensively and convert on this drive.
Ball right at midfield. Clater, 2 receivers each way, rolls right, looks that way, throws the out, incomplete again, nowhere near Tyrese Gibson.
Not even close. Oh, man. And he wasn't throwing that ball away either.
No, he was not.
Wayne Coleman's so frustrated right now as Clater's mechanics, and again, I'm not running Patrick down. This is his 5th varsity start. He is a great quarterback. Trust me.
He can throw it a mile.
He can throw it, but he's got to get his feet set, and I think he's not settled down, guys, because he's having to watch for somebody hitting him in the mouth like a minute ago. So the offensive line's got to help him out as well. But those last 2 throws, man, he sailed those badly. The receivers, not even a chance. Here's Chris Carpenter to punt it away.
End over end. And
Go get it! Go get it!
And will it bounce out of bounds?
Wow.
Coffin corner. How about that?
I don't know why Jalen Freeney stopped running.
At the 1.
He was very fortunate that Freeney, that ball bounced out of bounds at the 1.
Yeah, because he did. He checked up on it.
He just, at about the 20, he just stopped running and the ball was going down. You got to keep going and make sure that could have gone in the end zone.
But Chris Carpenter, as it turns out, hits the best the best coffin corner you can hit.
First down and 10.
At the 1.
Opportunity for the defense here.
So now keep in mind that a free kick to the Indians would follow a safety. Handoff, though, is to Kennedy, and he's just trying to get out of the shadow of the goalpost, and he'll get it to the 5.
Torres will bring him down for Jacksonville, but not before Kennedy will pick up 5 yards to the 6.
So 35 seconds and counting here in the 3rd. With the Whitehouse run-heavy attack, this has been a fast-moving ball game. And now Kennedy gets another one and plows ahead for a few more.
Well, good point of contact on that tackle by Casey Kennedy and Bryson Tatum. And if it sounds like we keep calling Casey Kennedy and Bryson Tatum's name a lot, it's because they're in on a lot of these tackles, guys. They're having some monster defensive games, those 2 young men, as we end this 3rd quarter here at Historic Tomato Bowl.
So as they switch ends, our score, Whitehouse 25 and Jacksonville 13. We'll take 45 seconds and come back. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fightin' Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
And we are back live at the Historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Aaron Swink, Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and Ryan Travis with you. And as we begin the final quarter of regulation, it is Whitehouse 25, Jacksonville 13, but the Indians have the Wildcats 3rd and 6 on their own 8-yard line. After
3rd and 3.
Check that, 3rd and 3. As Caden Casey will keep and spin and pick up the first down.
Oliveras with the tackle, but not before the first down by Whitehouse to convert 3rd and 3. Caden Casey on just a quarterback sweep right there, and he just cut back into the teeth of the defense, and he gets enough for the first down. to the Whitehouse 13.
Trips right, one left, 11:35 and counting. Whitehouse will be in no hurry here as Casey will keep and try to stretch left side. Not much there.
Oliveras, who's having a heck of a game from his linebacker position, he makes the tackle, and he's been everywhere in this third quarter besides the scoop and score for a touchdown. His first as a varsity player. He's made some nice tackles on this drive, so it's 2nd and 10. He drops the quarterback, Casey, for no gain, 2nd and 10.
Whitehouse will probably bleed the play clock on most of these plays here in the fourth. The handoff, though, is to Kennedy. Up the middle he goes, and he will blast. He lost the ball. He lost the ball, and Jacksonville's got it as he had blasted his way over midfield, but Jacksonville takes over at the 38 in business.
And I think it was Tyrese Gibson who came up and chopped his arm. And, you know, when you're chasing a big guy like Kennedy, that's very, very heads-up play like that. I mean, he just reached back, and you could just see that karate chop. The Indians work on that all the time in practice. So Jacksonville causes the turnover after Kennedy turned the field around. He had an 80-yard run last week against Mount Pleasant. That looked like that was going to be there until Tyrese knocks it away.
I think you got to call that a tomahawk chop, don't you, man?
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, you just chop it out of their arms from behind. That's why you got to protect the ball as a running back, because those guys are coming up from behind you to do that. Here's Jacksonville on their own 35, first down.
So Clater has trips left, one right. Set his feet, throw left. Deep ball looking for Carpenter. One-on-one. It's caught! What a catch! What a catch at the 20.
Not the best throw in the world by Patrick Clater, but when you got a guy like Chris Carpenter who's got a cramp and is going to have to come out, man, he went up and got that football. Wow.
Yes,
Cooper
he did.
Clemens, the right corner, was beat on the play, and then he made a nice recovery to come back for it.
Carpenter is not even able to get off the field here.
Well, you got to fall down. You don't. I mean, you stay there and stop the clock and let them attend to you, and then he'll have to come out of the game. So as they attend to him, let's take 30 here.
We'll step away. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHSSports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl as the Indian training staff continues to attend to Chris Carpenter. And Matt, you had a look, and you originally had said you thought that was just a cramp. Is that still what you're thinking?
It is. It's just a cramp, and while they were stretching out his leg, Jason Krause the other trainer there, was taping his elbow up. So he must have had some turf burn when you come down on that turf.
They got like a NASCAR pit crew over there.
Yeah.
They'll get you four tires and a tank and everything else.
First down, Jacksonville at the Whitehouse 20. It's 25-13 Whitehouse. So Jacksonville down 12, trying to cut that lead here. Can you get it in the end zone after the big play by Carpenter? First down for Jacksonville. Tatum in the backfield with Patrick Clater, the quarterback.
Gibson isolated left side over here. Trips on the right side. Going to throw right into the slot, and it's dropped.
They just missed it. Casey Kennedy had to come back. Yeah, I mean, it's just I saw Luke McCown going in the locker room at the half, and he was going to go in there and talk to Patrick, and I know what Patrick told him. He said, man, if you had these guys coming in your face, your mechanics might be off a little bit too.
You think Luke told him, I did?
Yeah, he did. He had a little bit of experience. So second down 10 after the incompletion by Jacksonville. Now we got motion.
Flags.
Aiden.
Yeah. Aiden Gay.
Aiden Gay, the big sophomore center who is going to be somebody. He's going to be something special, guys. He is built like an offensive lineman needs to be. I mean, he's going to keep getting bigger, faster, stronger, and he's about 260 right now as a 10th grader. He just slightly moved the ball. So second down 15 now for the Fighting Indians at their own 25, or at the Whitehouse 25, excuse me.
So now Clater hands off to Tatum, who'll take a hit in the backfield and fight his way back toward the original line. So
God, Zalatiel Antonio, the guard for Jacksonville, he just whiffed right there. I mean, he just completely missed the defensive lineman, number 59, coming in right there, Omar Lopez. And Lopez ran right into Tatum. Tatum's so strong, though, he still pulled him about a yard. 3rd and 14.
So 9:30 and counting here, third quarter. Jacksonville really needing to capitalize on this drive that's gotten down deep into Wildcat territory. They're going to call a timeout and talk it over.
Wayne Coleman is upset. So Indians burn the timeout right here, and the clock's still running.
Wow.
Okay, Rodney Kelly keeps the clock, okay? Well, he's training somebody tonight. That's part of the issue, is that he's in the process of training somebody. You can't just have one person that knows how to run this monster clock. And actually, Rodney came down at the half. When we called for him to come down, he came down at the half and went and met with the referees in the locker room to explain to them what was going on with the clock as he's training somebody. And, I've looked at that thing, man. It looks like a NASA board,
Yeah.
Part of it, guys, they got some new equipment tonight, and this is the first time they've used it.
Okay, so thank you, Todd. I did not know that.
So
you
trying
got
to figure out all the new board, but they did get a new clicker, and they're trying to figure it out.
Well,
but they also did get handed
added 12 seconds right there. So.
The rules at halftime for how the play clock's supposed to work. They wish they would have had that the first game.
Yeah.
No doubt. 3rd down, 14 for Jacksonville after their timeout.
So 2 receivers right, 1 left. This time handoff. And inside the 20, down to about the 19.
Man. I guess they were trying to isolate Casey Kennedy was the call right there, the H-back, and thinking that maybe on the throwback there might not be anybody out there, but Whitehouse had that totally sniffed out. It does pick up 4. So it's 4th down and 9 for Jacksonville, and down 2 scores with 9 minutes and counting.
Yeah, you got to go.
You got to go here.
So Clater is going to have Freeney and Gibson on the right side. He'll have Kennedy and Carpenter on the left. He's going to set. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. They will knock him down at the 10, but the Wildcats take over.
No question that Clater's just off, and Wayne Coleman just slapped his hand, and you have nights like that when things just aren't working. I mean, Carpenter has got the first down with the catch. I mean, he's coming down. I mean, it's perfect. He's wide. It's a slant route. He's got space. He'll make the catch. He'll get tackled, but he'll make the catch for the first down. The ball goes over his outstretched hands. I'm just, this is just not one of this. Just one of those nights, Mama said there'd be nights like this, Patrick. He's having one. First down, Whitehouse.
Caden Casey and the Wildcats take over at the 10. They will be in no hurry. 2 by 2. Go the receivers. Casey still has it. Jacksonville, good pursuit.
Oliveras.
He's not able to get back. He's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Jesus Oliveras again, Matt. You said it. Boy, he's had a heck of a ball game.
Stay tuned. We'll be having our Matt's Trivia Question of the Week. Not just, to see if you can get it right, guys, but it's also educational to teach you about Jacksonville's history in the game. All right, so stay tuned. Sponsored by JISD. Empowering champions.
Hey, do you hear what I hear?
I do.
First Tomato Bowl train of the night, guys. 8:05 to go in the ball game.
And coming while Whitehouse has the ball in their own end zone, milking the clock here.
And so, hand off to Kennedy, and again he will explode out over the 45. Big first down yardage.
Ouch. So 7:47 and counting here, and the clock is supposed to be stopped right now, and it's not.
Wow.
We need to train somebody else instead of doing it. I mean, the clock's running.
And can they do this in sub-varsity games or something as well, Matt? I mean,
they got to. I mean, you don't come out into a varsity game and the clock's continuing to run and they don't have the chain set.
Yeah, that's.
Now they got it. See, now is when the official would start the clock.
Right, and you've lost.
You've lost, and it's
25,
still going.
It's still running. Now, it's stopped now at 7:20.
Oh, man.
But you've lost about 45 seconds, maybe a minute.
I mean, God. I mean, when you get a first down, the clock stops.
But now there's the ready for play, and so they don't add anything back, and the clock is running again.
Well, it should be turned back on, but I'm talking about previous to that.
Well, sure. But the handoff to Kennedy, and he'll make his way to midfield.
Good tackle by Tatum. So now the clock starts to become an issue, besides the fact that Whitehouse has a pretty good drive going here in the Jacksonville territory. Looking at 2nd and 5. It's 25-13, a 12-point differential here. In Jacksonville, I'm just afraid they missed their opportunity there a minute ago, guys, when they had the ball first down at the Whitehouse 20, and they just stopped dead in their tracks right there before the pick. Or actually the 4th down non-conversion. And it was a pick, that's right.
So a handoff this time to Peyton Kennedy, and he will be into Jacksonville territory again to the 47 and near first down yardage, a little short. 30 yard.
Huge play here for Jacksonville defensively. Can you get a stop? Because you got to believe Marcus Gold, the Whitehouse coach, if he doesn't get this first down, will play field position and punt the football. But well, the way Kennedy's been running the ball, why wouldn't you not give the ball to him right here and get that first down?
For Jacksonville, got to be thinking turnover again as well. But there is Kennedy, and there is the first down as he rumbles to the 37.
And if Oliveras doesn't make that tackle, he scores. Oliveras is definitely making a play for the Austin Bank player of the game.
There again, the clock's still running on a first down. Didn't stop to move the chains.
Man, and the officials aren't even checking. They don't care. The chains still aren't down and the clock's running.
And this is not a blowout.
This is a varsity game, guys.
This is not a running clock situation. They got to be on top of this.
I mean, I understand the clock turned on now.
Sure.
But not, God.
That's nuts. Handoff to Kennedy, and he will battle to the 31.
Okay, we got a Jacksonville player maybe injured here.
Yeah, we'll go under 5 minutes here.
Yeah, pop up. It looks like that's Aaron Richardson.
That's Richardson, yeah.
Yep. So, guys, let me pop out this trivia question for you again. Educational. Which Jacksonville head coach coached the most seasons in Jacksonville history since 1913 when it started? Who had the longest tenure as a head coach for Jacksonville in its history? The clock is ticking. Here's Whitehouse now looking at 2nd and 3.
Yeah, the clock is ticking in more ways than one. And now Kennedy again up the middle.
Jacksonville trying to strip it.
33. Yeah, trying to stand him up.
Oh, got a flag now after the play. Let's see if they stop the clock here. And again, it's just players not liking each other, talking trash, and let's see what they're going to call right here.
A lot of that won't change. I mean, Jacksonville and Whitehouse, there's always going to be a little edge. So if you're an official, you've got to get on top of that stuff.
Well, it's Sergio Morea who's the one that got in the tussle. He's coming out of the ball game right now. He may have been ejected. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like that may very well be the case.
Official takes a while. He stands there like he's going to talk, and just there we go. Two fouls. They get the first down.
Yeah, Austin Barron started it again. That's twice.
That's the guy you got to watch, because I mean, if I'm Jacksonville coaches, I say, hey, forget 17. He's not even a factor in the game. In fact, Marcus Gold just pulled him out. That trash talking, there's no place for that.
Two receivers each way this time, but Kennedy stays in. 4:10 and counting. They'll just milk the clock as Caden Casey keeps, and he will make his way to the 25.
We go under 4 minutes to go. Jacksonville has 2 timeouts remaining, and so does Whitehouse, but it's Jacksonville, obviously the one with the clock issues, down 12 with less than 4 minutes.
So your question, longest tenured head coach in Jacksonville history.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Danny Long.
I think Danny Long, yep. When it 12
okay,
years?
guys, I remember when this guy was coaching. After this play, I'll tell you who it is. It's not Danny Long.
No? Okay.
Nope.
3:30 and counting. 2nd and 5 now for the Wildcats. As Kennedy again gets the handoff, and he'll be very close as he goes up the middle to first down yardage.
So the coach with the longest tenure in Jacksonville history is Nat Huggins. He coached 13 years. Danny Long coached 12.
Yeah.
From
Wow.
1929 to 1941. I hated when we had to wear those leather helmets. But 1929 to 1941.
Says the man wearing a,
Yes.
is that a leather cowboy hat that you got? What
Yeah, it's a leather cowboy
is it?
hat.
See?
Yeah, man. So 1929, the year the Depression started, and 1941, the year of Pearl Harbor. He was the head coach at Jacksonville High School. Nat Huggins. Nobody in the booth gets it. Nobody gets a donut. His overall record was 55, 58, and 11.
Wow.
I mean, how about 11 ties? I mean, that's almost one a year. That's kind of frustrating. So nobody got this. Nobody got. I didn't think anybody get the question out. Again, it's just kind of educational. I'll have some more of those as the season wears on. Just learning about Jacksonville's history.
I don't know much about Jacksonville back at that point in time.
Well, you're going to learn, big boy.
All right.
Question that I would have, Matt, is there are still Hugginses in Jacksonville. Do you know if he's any relation?
I don't think he is because there's no H in his name. Yeah,
okay.
it's Huggins. Yep. Our trivia question of the week, as always, sponsored by the Jacksonville Independent School District, empowering champions. Back to play now with Whitehouse at the Jacksonville 19. 3rd down 1 with 3:03 remaining. And if you're Jacksonville, you got to get the ball back here. I mean, you got 3 minutes. You're down 2 scores. Like, create a turnover.
Kennedy stays in the backfield and
Stopped
gets
him.
the handoff. Nice stop there.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down. So Marcus Gold will milk this clock down. They don't have to. Well, now Jacksonville's going to burn a timeout with 2:52 remaining in the game. With 4th down, actually 4th and a yard as Bryson Tatum makes the tackle. So Whitehouse still at the 19.
So Jacksonville will take their final timeout. We'll take it with them for 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready to serve you today.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Back to play here at the Tomato Bowl. 4th and a yard. Jacksonville looking for a stop, not going to get it as Kennedy takes just right up the middle again to the 16, 1st down yardage.
Yeah, that is a proverbial nail in the coffin right there. As Jacksonville now still with 2 timeouts remaining, it shows on the scoreboard.
Well,
I thought they had 1 left.
No,
But,
yeah, there's only 1.
yeah, they got 1 left and 2:30 and counting, and it's 1st down at the Jacksonville 16 for Whitehouse with a 12-point lead over the Fighting Indians.
2 receivers each way, but Casey will try to stretch it left side. Not able to get the edge, though. Jacksonville Good coverage.
But you notice that Casey did the smart thing for Whitehouse right there. He saw himself getting out of bounds, and he just went straight down.
Yeah.
Of course, I know he was helped down, but he still stayed in bounds to keep the clock going. Under 2 minutes.
How about
this thing's getting away from Jacksonville here quickly.
Crazy Train from the Fighting Indian Band. Little Ozzy Osbourne there, guys.
Yeah. Crazy Train? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
Crazy Train.
Yeah.
So now, up the middle again. Ball's out.
Ball's out.
They got it.
Cat's back
man.
on it.
I don't know where Jacksonville was looking, but I saw Kennedy go down, and the ball popped right out, and nobody for Jacksonville saw it, but an offensive lineman for Whitehouse. He gets it.
Covered by number 63, Gunnar Clark. That brings up third down for the Wildcats.
So 1:10 and counting, and Wayne Coleman still keeping the timeouts in his pocket, the one timeout.
So we'll go under a minute. Looks like the Indians will go to 0-2, 9-5A, and tough trip to Longview next week.
Whitehouse just taking their sweet time here. They don't have to snap the ball for another 7 seconds. We'll be under 40 seconds now here, and that's going to do it, guys. Timeout Whitehouse now.
So 34 seconds, 33. They ran off an extra second, and so that'll do it. So Cats go to 2-0. The Indians drop to 0-2. They'll head to Longview next week, and that's a very, very good Pine Tree club, guys. And
yeah, it's going to be a tough place to play. They're beating Mount Pleasant right now with a minute to go in the game. It's 56-25. Pine Tree over Mount Pleasant. Marshall with a commanding lead with a minute to go in their ball game. They're leading Hallsville 47-9. And in the other district game in 9-5A Division II, Lindale is going to come away with a win over Nacogdoches, 37-10 with a minute 44 remaining in that ball game. So Nacogdoches has their bubble burst after that big win over Jacksonville last week. People wondered, is Nac for real? I thought they were pretty good, but then Lindale really putting it on them tonight. That game being played in Lindale. One other score. Carthage 38-14. Carthage, the number 2 team in 4A, about to be number 1 again because Pleasant Grove number 1. Carthage is going to come away with that win, 35-14.
so 33 seconds here. Expect a kneel down. There it is, and that will do it. So they will have to snap, I think, one more.
Shouldn't.
No, let's see.
No, it's it.
That's it. With the play clocks were actually stopped at 19. So that will do it. Final score here from Tomato Bowl tonight, the Whitehouse Wildcats 25 and the Fighting Indians 13. So tough loss for the Indians, especially with that scoop and score in the second half, Matt, and all the momentum of that great first possession they had, and just couldn't ever get it going after all that.
It was just a spurts. The Indians played well in spurts. You can't do that. You got to be consistent. And every time they seemed like they would have something going, something would happen. And I'm sorry, but that's the old saying. That's what bad teams do. They can't stand success. And I'm not saying Jacksonville's a bad team. They're by far not a bad team. But they're a team that's struggling right now. Let's just call it. I mean, they're 1-4, 0-2 in district. They are struggling, trying to find their identity. We knew what their identity was against Henderson when they were scoring all those points, and then the last 2 weeks, guys, 14 last week, 13 tonight. And I know Wayne Coleman is an offensive guy. Has got to go back to the drawing board. With 5 games remaining, you're not out of it, but the road gets tougher as you go to Pine Tree next week, and then Marshall rolls in the week after that. So team still shaking hands. We'll have our post-game interview sponsored by All Smiles Dentistry with head coach Wayne Coleman. Todd and Ryan will be along with the Randy Gorham stats. Appreciate Randy Gorham sponsoring our halftime and our post-game statistics. Not a happy night in historic Tomato Bowl as the Fighting Indians still looking for their first win in the renovated stadium.
Yeah, and it won't get any easier the next time we're here, as we'll be taking on the Marshall Mavericks, who, boy, they're just rolling.
Yeah, they lost their quarterback, and the stud quarterback that was being recruited by everybody, he left for personal reasons and went to a private school in Louisiana. The first week of the season, he played the first game, and then he left. And boy, that Marshall struggled for about for the next 2 weeks. They struggled finding their offense without their quarterback. Boy, they're starting to get on a roll again because they have so many talented athletes. And again, we'll see them next 2 weeks from now here at Tomato Bowl. But next week, it's Pine Tree. And Longview Pine Tree is a much improved team. Their quarterback, the little scat guy, little Kyler Murray kind of guy, he's back. And they got Stillman back, who's going to Arkansas, wide receiver 6'3", 210, Sparkman. And they put 56 on Mount Pleasant tonight. And they are going to be something to be reckoned with up in Longview next week. So, guys, you can go ahead and start on the statistics if you're ready. We'll get Wayne Coleman here in just a moment.
So we'll bring in Todd. And, again, post-game stats are brought to you by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy's been your source for accounting and income tax needs here in Jacksonville since 1984. Todd, not a great night for the home team. A 25-13 scoreline goes the way of the Wildcats. Let's break it down.
Yeah, our stats didn't change a whole lot in the second half. We finished the game with 46 plays on offense for 186 yards, 131 yards passing, and 55 yards rushing. The quarterback, Clater, had 10 completions, 26 attempts for 131 yards, with 3 interceptions all in the second half. Our leading receiver tonight was Chris Carpenter with 3 catches for 58. And also Casey Kennedy had 4 catches for 45 yards. Rushing tonight, Aaron Richardson had 10 carries for 46 yards and 1 touchdown. And Bryson Tatum had 6 carries for 19. Tyrese had 1 for 2. And Patrick Clater had 3 carries. A couple of those were sacks, so he went up minus 12.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please.
And our third down conversion rate kind of continued through the second half there. We were 1 for 9 on the game.
We needed that to improve, and it didn't.
Did not. So if we take a quick look at the Wildcats, they had 60 plays on offense for 335 yards, with 49 yards passing and 286 yards rushing. And obviously their leading rusher was Peyton Kennedy with 37 carries, 238 yards,
Wow.
and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, definitely able to do just about anything he wanted to do tonight was Peyton Kennedy.
Just about a one-man show for them.
Yeah, he was. And so head coach Wayne Coleman still talking to his team, and team I think in prayer now. So Matt will get with him shortly, but be a lot of work to do in Happy Valley, Matt.
Yeah, no question. But if I know this coaching staff, they're gonna be there tomorrow morning. They're gonna get back to work. They're gonna get ready to beat Pine Tree next week. I mean, coaches don't make tackles. Coaches don't make catches. Coaches don't throw passes. You got to execute, and that's something Jacksonville just didn't get it done tonight. So Wayne Coleman now heading over. We'll talk to him here on the All Smiles postgame interview. Coach, continuity's so big in football, and you got the scoop and score, and everybody was excited, and then you got a 3 and out, and it just felt like the tide was turning, and it just didn't happen. I know Whitehouse had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they've got it. They're always really good on defense. They always make you make the big plays. We didn't make enough big plays. We made some big plays, but we just didn't make enough. They're going to make you drive the length of the field. They're going to make you go 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, and it's hard to do in high school football. We did it once tonight. It just didn't, and we had some balls go off our fingertips and just plays we could have made that we didn't make.
You ran the ball well.
Yeah, I guess. Got to a point there in the second half where we didn't have time to run anymore, so we had to start forcing the issue into some coverage, and that's tough on your quarterback.
Still got 5 games to go, Coach. Season's not over. I mean, you still got a chance. You're 0-2, but
yeah, we just got to find a way to click. We haven't gotten our offense and defense playing well on the same night yet, and that's what we got to get to happen. We haven't done that. Last week, neither one played very well. Tonight, the defense played pretty well. A couple games, the offense played really well. So we got to get that going and find a way to get both sides of the ball playing well.
Coach, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt.
Head Coach Wayne Coleman from the All Smiles Halftime Report. Guys, before we get out of here, we got to hand out some awards tonight. I know it's tough to hand out awards sometimes on a loss, but there were some players that made some big plays tonight. And first of all, the bone crusher hit of the game, Aaron, I'm going to let you pick that one.
Yeah, that's Casey Kennedy.
Yeah, that's got to be it. The bone crusher hit of the game is sponsored by Dar Chiropractic. For if your body needs an adjustment, call Dr. Darwin Dar. He's your hometown chiropractor. He's my chiropractor. Does a great job, does Dr. Dar. So Casey Kennedy with the bone crusher hit of the game. All right, the play of the game. Our play of the game sponsored by Congratulations. Not only does Congratulations provide a weekly award to each player for the play of the game, you see that with a trophy in the Jacksonville paper each week, but they're also the ones that printed those amazing large format prints up in the foyer when you walked into the Tomato Bowl tonight, folks. Congratulations can print just about anything you can imagine on glass, metal, wood, tile, even trains going by right here. They can print on top of those. Congratulations is your hometown awards and engraving store and so much more. All right, guys, I hate to give one player the play of the game and the defensive player of the game, but I'm sorry, I got to. The play of the game is the 45-yard scoop and score by Jesus Olivares.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jesus Olivares is the congratulations winner for the play of the game. Appreciate Congratulations sponsoring the Jacksonville play of the game each and every week. Now for our offensive and defensive players of the game, sponsored by Austin Bank, your community bank, locally owned and operated since 1900. We thank Austin Bank for sponsoring each week the offensive and defensive players of the game for Jacksonville. Guys, defensively, I still got to go with Jesus Olivares. I mean, he
played just
sideline to sideline.
Like he had his hair on fire. He was everywhere.
I mean, I just saw Kenny Kennedy walk up and said, son, you know, we didn't lose because of you for sure. And what a heck of a game by Jesus Olivares, the Austin Bank defensive player of the game. Guys, offensive player of the game, I'm going to go with somebody that he really ran hard tonight. And unless y'all have somebody that sticks out to you offensively, I really think that Aaron Richardson ran hard tonight and got some tough yards.
He did, Matt. That's a great pick. And he also, you said it at one point during the broadcast, we have not seen a Jacksonville back run like that all year. Run downhill and really run violently like he did.
Well, congratulations.
Shades of Earl Campbell.
Yeah, he was really mowing them down there for a while. Like Wayne Coleman just told us, second half, he really didn't get any opportunities because you're down 2 scores and you only have so many possessions, so the Indians were forced to throw the ball. And, you know, the Indians just like I said, that my analysis of this ball game will be spurts. You played well in spurts, and you can't do that when you're in district play. You got to be consistent, and the Indians just weren't consistent enough tonight to get the win, and that's why they lost by 12 points. Not more, not less. They just were very uneven throughout the ball game. Had their moments when they played well, and then other times they just weren't in the ball game. So we want to thank Austin Bank for sponsoring our offensive and defensive players of the game. Guys, that's a wrap from down here on the field of historic Tomato Bowl. I'm going to toss it back up to you guys in the booth.
Thanks a lot, Matt, and that will do it for us this week. So the Indians fall to 0-2. The Whitehouse Wildcats improve to 2-0 in District 9-5A Division II play. We hope you'll join us next week as we travel over to Longview, where the Indians will take on the Pine Tree Pirates. Pine Tree looks to come in at 2-0. So lots of work to be done, but Wayne Coleman and the coaching staff will have the Indians ready. We hope you'll join us. We will be live again at 6:45 with our countdown to kickoff. Kickoff is set for 7:30. For Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and our producer, Ryan Travis. This is Aaron Swink saying thank you for listening to Jacksonville Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com. Have a great weekend. Good night.